Good afternoon and welcome back to the Esports Championship Season 1 Street Fighter 6 Final. My name is Rewolf and sitting right next to me is my co-host and co-caster, Corpse. Now
Yo, how
today
you
we
going?
do have, today we do, I'm good. Today we have a huge day in store. We have 20 matches. Everything is different and I'll get into it very shortly. But for those who are just tuning in, for those who are new and wondering what's going on, who are we, who are these people, why are they touching Street Fighter 6? Well, listen right up. I'm here to tell you. So welcome to the Esports Championship, a realm where the excitement of gaming meets the spirit of competition. We're more than just an esports platform. We're revolutionizing the scene as a pioneering sports promoter. Our mission is clear: to elevate esports in Australia and New Zealand, driven by an unyielding passion for gaming. So pretty much what we're doing here is that we are trying to showcase different scenes in Australia and New Zealand esports. We are trying to promote these games, promote these players, these competitors, these scenes to anyone else in a way that is entertaining and intense and competitive. We are trying to make a broadcast, a tournament, and something for spectators to watch and enjoy. Even if they don't really understand or know what's going on, they can still find some sort of enjoyment and excitement in watching this. Now, why should you join the Esports Championship? Why should you sign up and join our competitions and our tournaments? Well, if you've ever thrown down a 1v1 me, here is where you can really put your money where your mouth is. Now, you're not just a player, you're an integral part of our community. And we are the type of people that really enjoy competition, the adrenaline of victory, and the sheer fun of gaming. So if you think that applies to you, then sign up. We'll see you soon then. Yeah, today
In
our
today's case, see you on the street.
we'll see you in the street Fighter 6. Now today our format will be a little bit different for a Street Fighter 6 Grand Final Championship that we have going on here. So it'll be a 1v1 best of 3 battles, but today it will be double elimination. So before it used to be a random draw, but today it will be a seeded draw. So we'll have our winner qualifiers and the qualifier runner-ups and then ranking qualifiers in order. So we'll have our 6 qualifiers plus our top 6 on the Season 1 rankings. But also we will have because it is double elimination, we'll also have our losers bracket as well. So they do get a second chance in fighting it out on the screens today, which is a lot different than how we've had before. Isn't that right, Corpse? This is your first Street Fighter 6 tournament broadcast, I believe.
Yeah, I haven't been involved with anything Street Fighter competition wise since I think it was 2020. It was a Telstra tourney for Street Fighter 5, which was awesome to watch.
Yeah.
So keen to see what's changed in 6. But again, it'll be another reminder of why when I go to parties where people want to play Smash Brothers or Tekken or Street Fighter or a fighting game, I just like to watch. I'll let the experts.
That's fair enough.
do their thing.
I like to watch too. I'm not too hot on the sticks, to be honest. But I mean, if I have to, I'll put up one hell of a show. It won't be great, but I will still fight my way out of anything that I possibly can if I have to defend my honor and my reputation as a person. But yeah, before we really get into that, I would like to proudly announce and showcase something that our Season 1 final winners will receive. And I'm going to put that up on the screen shortly so we can all see that. Let's go. Well, ain't that nice and different, isn't it, Corbs? What do you
Oh,
reckon about
it is.
that?
It's like a trophy you could take with you, and I'm thinking, who's going to be the first person to have, an individual ring from 5 different games? So it's like essentially they'll be like Thanos of Esports
Yeah.
Championship, and they'll have all the Infinity Stones. And then do they get? I don't know. There might have to be another prize down the track. That'd be cool.
Yeah, honestly, I do like the idea of tournaments having like these physical things like trophies or rings or belts. Maybe like the medals are fine. The big checks are cool, but I do like it when they have these physical things that you can just sort of like put around your room or have hang up behind you if you're streaming or something. I do like that. I've never won any tournaments or competitions. By God, have I tried? But but I might even just go down to the trophy shop down the road and put like a little bronze one that says like Ford or something, or Thirst, just absolutely messed up, and be like best OCE caster.
Yeah. Or did you ever get in school?
It.
Did you ever get a participation ribbon?
I did. Actually, I'm
not sure if I'm a fan of those.
Ribbons, and my parents would frame them and hang them up in the house, so the entire hallway was just like participation, most improved, all this other stuff. It's like, thanks, Mom. Thank you.
You did the thing. You tried.
I did the thing. I tried. But okay, so next week, same time, 12 p.m. Brisbane time, AEST, we will also have our Modern Warfare 3 Season Final as well. So if you're interested, catch that. It shall be myself and Corbs here, yelling and screaming about 2 people running around the map, shooting each other. It's going to be a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun last week. That was good. That was great. Corbs and I couldn't shut up. And I lost my voice in the first match, actually. I lost my voice in the very first match. That was crazy. That was insane. But if you guys want to watch that recap, it is up on YouTube on the Esports Championship GG channel. It's also in Discord as well. And if you don't look at any of those things, it's also on their Twitter as well. So if you guys wanted to watch that, make sure you guys catch it if you want to. But no spoiler alert here, but there is a tiny bit of a spoiler alert. That first match is crazy. That's crazy. But
the bar was raised.
The bar was absolutely raised, but I believe that we have something in store for all of you viewers and competitors today. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be the one to reveal this, or if we're going to have it up on the screen. But I'm going to say it anyway. It is the Esports Championship Season 2 reveal. There is going to be a short video on the screen very shortly. Let's watch it. Let's go. All right. Oh, Bruce Bendy, but he gets a reversal. So now, Ulti. Oh my God, 12 with 3 seconds left. We're going into overtime. It's going to go to Avenger. You have no HP left, but neither does he. One more hit. Can you do it? Go to Avenger. This is the first time in ESC history where we've gone into our first overtime, but now our second overtime.
Stakes upon stakes. Whoever's going to be though, they got to bring it to go up against Schmaltz in the grand finals.
Team for that, because they are just such a good player.
Anticipating the spawns and then just no, just that quick glance to the right is all it takes. And
up the cut, and he just keeps bending, but oh my God, good on my end. Cannot
anticipating grenade throws, like
oh, get yourself out of that corner. Let's go. Oh my God, well done. I couldn't stop myself from giggling. It just, like, I love how like my microphone didn't sound so bad until your voice came in on your microphone.
I'm so sorry, Wolf. I'm
And
sorry.
then I sounded like a child in like a COD lobby. It was like an Xbox mic.
You're being too hard on yourself. That's the thing. You can always buy a better microphone. Yeah, that's the easy part. But teaching
I
someone.
like this one. But no,
It is
I
nice.
actually do have a new microphone coming in. Well, I have to choose. Actually. There's this really cute one I can have that is pink and it has RGB, or there is like that really nice one that you have that you recommended to me. So it's a bit of a I can choose a $50 microphone that's pink. It has colors, or I can choose like a really nice microphone. But yeah. Oh gosh. Okay, so that is the new season. So we have our new season trailer. That's it. You've got your boy and my crappy microphone screaming and hollering, and then we also have Corbs in that trailer as well. Just us just screaming about last week's Call of Duty tournament, which was so much fun. But I think a lot of people who are watching are like, all right, well, what's different about next season? What's different about mainly the Street Fighter 6 games next season? Is it going to be the same? Is it going to be different? What's going on? Well, your questions will be answered very shortly because we have another video to put onto the screen. Plus, we also have it all written down, everything. But we have the video here for those who would like to see right now. So let's see.
Hey gamers, ESC Season 2 has been announced and we wanted to go through the changes, but first, what hasn't changed since Season 1? Firstly, ESC's overall vision and goals to promote and grow esports in Australia and New Zealand through high stakes, fast paced and entertaining content has not changed. Neither have our tournament start times or dedication to live streaming every single match. We are also sticking with the same games from Season 1, Street Fighter 6 and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Cross-play on PC, Xbox and PlayStation. 1v1s, cash prizes, championship rings and the low $10 entry fee are also here to stay in Season 2. So what has changed? The first change is a longer season. Season 1 was 8 weeks with 3 qualifiers and a season final per game. Season 2 will be 10 weeks, 4 qualifiers and a season final for each game. These will continue to alternate weeks throughout the season. Qualifying for the season finals in Season 2 has also changed. Only the winner from each qualifier will automatically advance to the season final. But don't stress, players will still earn ranking points throughout the season, and we will take the top players from the rankings to fill out the 8-player double elimination season final draw. This means consistency is key to grabbing that final spot. We have taken on board feedback from the community and have changed our tournament formats for the qualifiers. For Street Fighter 6, the qualifiers will still be best of 3 battles, with 3 rounds per battle, but instead of a 32-player single elimination format, it will be a 16-player double elimination format. Even if you stumble, you've got a second shot at glory. For Modern Warfare 3, things have shaken up quite a bit. It is still 1v1 on small maps, but instead of a single 5-minute round, we're now doing best of 3 rounds. A map change and a chance at a new random loadout will happen between rounds. Each round will be 3 minutes long, but the first player to get 10 kills can win the round early. If no one reaches 10 kills before the timer expires, the most kills will win. Of course, we still have our 60-second tiebreaker if needed. We have also changed the Modern Warfare 3 format from single elimination to a 16-player double elimination tournament. By changing to these new formats, players will have more chances to show their skills, earn more ranking points, and get more value for their entry fee. We have also tweaked the prize money slightly to suit these new format changes. Full details can be found on the tournament pages on our website. Lastly, instead of 2-week windows to enter the next qualifier, you can enter the qualifiers for the entire season in advance, starting right now. Do not wait and make sure you enter quickly to not miss out. Season 2 starts Saturday, May the 4th, 2024. Can you master the game to claim the fame?
Well, there you have it, folks. The new changes for Street Fighter 6 and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 for Season 2 of Esports Championship has been announced. So let us know what you think in Discord, Twitter, emails, even in Twitch chat right here. If you guys have questions about the changes and stuff that's going on, and you kind of don't really want to click on the website and read through all the stuff, do not stress, because there are mods in chat, there are staff in chat who will answer your questions. There is no dumb questions or red herrings or anything, so just ask away and they shall be answered. But I will also reiterate a few of the Street Fighter 6 changes, seeing as this is a Street Fighter 6 season final. And I do know that a lot of the players were like, oh, what's going on? Are they going to have the exact same thing? So I'm going to reiterate sort of what is going on in the Season 2 format for Street Fighter 6. So it will be 10 weeks, 4 qualifiers, and 1 season final. So that's different to this time where it was 3 qualifiers and 1 season final. So it's 10 weeks instead of 8 weeks. And also we've changed it. So instead of 32 entrants, it will be 16 participants max. It will still be 1v1, but it will be 3 rounds, best of 3 battles, and double elimination. But our best of 5 in the qualifiers will be our grand final in the qualifiers will be a best of 5. Okay, there we go. I got it. All right. And the season final format will be 8 players, 1v1, 3 rounds, best of 5 battles, double elimination. All right. There we go. So that's the Street Fighter 6 changes for those that are interested. But all the details will be on all the websites and Discords and Twitter. If you have questions, hit them up on Discord, anything like that, in Twitch chat, all that sort of stuff. They will be there to answer and take in feedback. If there's also feedback or changes that you would like to be made, then yeah, let them know and they shall listen. But I would also like to say before we really get into this, oh my god, there are so many things that has to be said and done before we get into these matches, and I'm so sorry. I'm not though. But I would like to thank our major sponsor, Ace Gamer Apparel, for supporting grassroots esports, for helping out, and also adding their little collab with the ESC. So we actually have a video which will be up on the screen shortly about their partnership with ESC. Ooh, I actually have one of those shirts, but because everything in my wardrobe is black, I can't find it. And I see that you probably have the same problem too, Corbs, as every time I've seen you, you've worn a black shirt as well.
I'm extremely guilty. I do have a couple of different coloured flannelette shirts, but it's a bit hot at the moment, so it's t-shirt.
No, that's fair enough. You know, today was the season final, the grand final, the championship, and I decided to forsake thy black shirt and put on something a bit nicer so I don't blend into my chair, because I've noticed that when I wear a black shirt, I blend straight into the chair and I look like I have massive shoulders and I honestly, I look great, to be honest.
Are you the next fighter in Street Fighter 7?
Oh, I will be player character model. When they did the things for me, they had to tone down some things up because I'm a bit too big, bit too muscly for the competition that awaits thou in Street Fighter 7. But on the screen right now, we shall have our lineups for today, our brackets, our matches, our everything. So let's take some of the competitors that we will be seeing today. So in our match 1, we have Golden Avenger versus Professor. In our match 2, we have Soul's Clue, who is a returning esports championship competitor. Soul's Clue mainly focuses on Mortal Kombat, but they have decided to try their hand at Street Fighter 6. So good luck to you, Soul's Clue. And they shall be versing Akuma, who is Bibek. So in match 3, we have Midnight Oz versing Mason. So that'll be our winners round 1. And then for our winners quarterfinals, it'll be Duklin versing the winner of match 1, and then Warlock versing Ogura Yuna, who is good on my end, aka Roth. And then match 6, TTTJ will be versing the winner of the winners round 1, and then match 7 we have William. So that is for our first bit of games that we have today, but we also do have more games if we shall flip to the next screen. Oh, we're not flipping to the next screen. I lied to you all. That's okay. But predictions. I know that you're new to this. You don't know any of these plays, but you have watched some of our past Street Fighter 6 broadcast calls. So for our match 1, let's make this easy. Match 1, Golden Avenger versus Professor. What do you think?
Well, from what I've watched of the previous qualifiers, from what I can recall, is Professor is a name that stood out to me.
Yeah.
So that is definitely the player I'm going to be keeping an eye on today.
Oh yes. Now I do think, if I can remember correctly, and I know I am remembering correctly, Golden Avenger and Professor have actually versed each other before, and I do remember that was one hell of a match that I wish kept going on. So I'm actually really excited to see them versing each other for this very first match of our day. Golden Avenger and Professor. Oh gosh, okay. What can I say about the last game? It was crazy. It was pretty much it. I mean, like all Street Fighter 6 games, it's just but it was a lot more entertaining. That it kept going on either side in a vicious tug of war, and I kept getting surprised. Over and over and over again, to the point of where I was like, I had to stop after those matches played through and Professor ended up moving on to the next round. I had to stop. I had to drink my water, compose myself through the replays, and I think I didn't stop talking about Golden Avenger. I think they were my favorite, but I do believe that when Professor went on into the next match, who I cannot remember, I think they versed either Lilium or Duklin. I'm not 100% sure, but they did put up one hell of a fight, and I was proud of them. But seeing Golden Avenger and Professor today for you, Corbs, I think will be very exciting. I hope you find as exciting as it was for me. So I'm just going to have a preemptive tip.
Make sure you stay hydrated, especially the players. So we've got a whole bunch of games happening today.
Today is a very hot day, and it's going to keep heating up as this day progresses and the games come through and they get more and more intense. And oh my gosh, I am excited. I've had 4 shots of coffee. How many shots of coffee have you had, Corbs?
I've just had some water.
Oh. All right. You've just had some water. Well, okay, well, I really should I have my water here. I should probably not drink coffee. I do have my tea here as well. But players are in the lobby, and Corbs, I'm very excited for you and for our spectators and for those who are watching. I mean, spectators are those who are watching. But I was supposed to say spectators and those competing who are watching. This is going to be exciting and fun.
You get another coffee and let's make it a good one.
I'll text my dad to bring up the cup. Because, oh gosh. All right. Oh my god, and here we go. Our round 1 of our Esports Championship Season 1 Street Fighter 6 Final. We have Golden Avenger on the left side of the screen and Professor, who is starting off with a hell of a bit of damage on his end. Like, Golden Avenger is already on half HP, but they are still trying their best to battle it out. But Zane Jiff will throw in with one of his specials, and a KO will come through.
It was looking like a good start for Golden Avenger, but then Professor just got in a rhythm.
There is definitely just a skill difference between these two champs here, because they, oh man, like Guile is is a great champion, but oh my god, look at that suplex coming in. Golden Avenger is waking up. They are like, no, sir, that first round was a warm-up. Here I go, some mid-range attacks coming in, some blocks coming in too, but they could not block what happened there. The Professor is still managing to get in the fight, and they've been throwing him down for another KO. That is 2 rounds.
That's unfortunate.
Done. But this battle is not yet over. We are in our last round now. Golden Avenger throws in a nice suplex. Professor tries to spend a bit of that, but gets blocked by Golden Avenger, who is still absolutely picking up momentum as they are thrashing Professor up against the wall with a nice wall stun. The drive gauge is nearly empty for Golden Avenger, and Professor throws in a nice hit. Oh my god, with the reversal in the punish count, he's going to throw in suplexing his ass on the count. That was not a suplex, but it's fine. Drive gauge empty, but it doesn't matter because the Professor will take that round.
No
we
mercy.
are 3-0 now, going the way of Professor. Golden Avenger, you can do this. Gets grappled, thrown on the ground again, quarter HP down. Professor running low on that drive gauge. Some mid-range attacks going through, but they are blocked as well. The players just trying to get an opening in now, and Professor has found one. Drive gauge empty, but Golden Avenger will spend it too. Throwing it back, and he goes into his ultimate, but he whips it. Oh, he does not. He throws that in, spends again. Drive gauge empty. Both players in a near burnout. If not, but Professor has to bide his time because Golden Avenger has no HP and has lost that round.
Wow.
That's how we do it here in ESC Courts. It is.
I was quickly reminded why I had Professor in my mind since the last qualifiers that I watched. Professor is so confident in just tanking some hits, seeing what their opponent is up to, and then just they find that window, and then it's pretty much over.
Yeah, it seems like in some parts there that they were just biding their time, waiting for the right moment, for that opening, for a mistake to be made on the side of Golden Avenger, and they just tore that right open. Golden Avenger, that it is a double elimination, so they will be going down into the losers bracket, but we will see you again at Golden Avenger very shortly. Well, not very shortly. Why did I say that? We'll see them again on the screen today as they battle it out in the losers bracket to try and find their way back into glory. But before we get into that, we have our replays up on the screen very shortly. But oh wow, that was a good first match of the day. That was a good first match of the day, to be honest. I always, whenever we come into these Street Fighter 6 tournaments, I always am taken back by how quickly these rounds sort of progress and are over.
Yeah.
Like
that first one, blink and you'll miss it.
Like in that last round, I was still like, oh, we got one more. But no. Yeah. Like it was, they could have played it out if they had wanted to, and that's all right that they didn't. But I was like, oh yeah, okay, we're gonna see another one. But no, we've been taken back here. Thank you very much, Golden Avenger, for once again participating in the Esports Championship. We'll see you again in the loser bracket. So don't worry, your time to shine. We'll come back up very shortly. Professor, congratulations to you for a wonderful performance. You have taken that win there in our first match of the day with big hands of your champ, and you'll be progressing into the next round. I believe that you will be versing Duklin, who has won 2 out of 3 of our Street Fighter 6 qualifiers. So we'll be seeing them very shortly after our first round of games, but we still have our replays to come up on the screen very shortly to recap that first match of the day. Wow. All right. But yeah, Golden Avenger. There were so many times there. Oh my god.
As soon as you thought Golden Avenger was getting into the swing of things, Professor says no deal.
Like, I really thought that there was going to be a block or a parry coming in there, but in just that, it must be lag or something on their end, because the frame diff just got Professor in that opportunity. They spotted it half a second, not even a half a second, like a third of a second. Just picked that boy up and threw his ass on the ground a couple of times there and just ended those rounds. But yeah, gosh, but all right. So let me look at our little. All right, so
We've had a no-show,
congratulations.
Wolf.
Yes, to Soul's Clue, our Mortal Kombat champion from our last Esports Championship games. We had Mortal Kombat. Soul's Clue will be progressing into the next round because Akuma, aka Pepek, is a no-show. So they have been disqualified, I believe. I don't think they even... Do they make it into the losers bracket? I believe they do, maybe not. They haven't actually confirmed that they are here, that they are in the competition. So I'm not sure if they make it into the losers bracket or not, if they just completely disqualified. So congratulations, Soul's Clue. You'll be progressing into the next round. But we'll actually go, that was supposed to be our match 2 of the day. But we will go on to our match 3, which is between Midnight Oz and Mason. So I don't think, have these two battled it out before? Oh gosh, so many names. I do not believe that they have met each other on the stage yet. So this will be interesting to see. Perhaps they have seen each other play before. I mean, it is a small scene, so I believe that they have. So they would already have a bit of a advantage on each other actually. So level playing field there to see sort of how each of them play in Street Fighter 6, what champions they pick, what sort of approach do they go? Do they think of it in a tournament like this? I'm too sure. I like to think that they do. I certainly would. But so in our next match between Midnight Oz and Mason, oops, I know that I'm putting you on the deep end here by asking you about your predictions, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
You're right.
I'm gonna throw you in the deep end. I'm gonna sizzle you up a bit in the frying pan, just like these competitors. So who do you think?
That's right. Well, hey, I'm having trouble remembering more of the previous qualifiers, but I've got a good feeling about Midnight Oz.
That they were actually before you said that they were going to be my pick as well. Midnight Oz. I have seen them a few times. All players are in the lobby right now. They've only played in one qualifier, but they did make a small impression. They won they won one game, I believe, and progressed to the next round, but were taken out by... I do not remember exactly, but they got taken out by either Duklin or Lilium. One of the two. Duklin or Lilium are kind of like the destroyers in Street Fighter 6. They are the Titans. They are the Terminators in this
one way or
season,
another. We can see it for realsies.
Yes, we can.
Now.
We will see it for realsies because Midnight Oz and Mason are in the lobby right now, and the game is starting. It should be on your screens. I need another sip of water before we get into this. But okay. This will be a best of 3, not a first of 3.
Classic rules, as you would on the playground, right? Marbles
I assumed it was
and all the stuff the cool kids play.
I believe that I have made a mistake. I assumed it was a best of 5, but Midnight Oz and Mason are in the lobby right now. Midnight Oz on Marissa, Mason on E-Honda. Doing a little bit of on that one. And they are starting off a bit of damage, mostly on the end of Marissa. Midnight Oz just tanking these shots. Mason, oh, nice block from Midnight Oz, and they follow that up with a nice bit of damage, trying to push Mason into the wall there with a nice stun, whipping that move. Mason squatting down and blocking that. Grapple there has been...
Mason's just attempting to bring it back, but just the damage wasn't getting through.
Looks like my god. I had a little stutter there as I just lost my train of thought for a second. I'm just watching Marissa's big biceps just throwing it down into E Honda. I got a little bit weak for a second, but Mason absolutely
Mason's coming back with a vengeance.
One by one, fist by fist. Midnight Oz is into the corner trying to block what shots that they can, whiffs that punch, but it doesn't matter because it's nearly the end for Midnight Oz right now. They have no drive gauge, no HP. Mason, I don't think they've even taken a hit, and they
Perfect
have
KO
with a perfect KO. And we're in our final round right now with Mason absolutely dominating their competition. Midnight Oz whiffing that move right there, but it is all right because Mason is going to follow that up with a nice bit of damage, absolutely palming the shit out of their competition. And we have our ultimate in here right now as we get into the nice theatrics of it. Put a HP
Mason
down, Midnight Oz. I'm not
zone.
sure how they're... It doesn't really seem that they're playing like how they used to. They managed to grapple and throw down a bit of damage onto Mason, so it will not be a perfect KO. That was a nice punish counter. Following it up with some moves there. Drive gauge empty for Midnight Oz as they're throwing more damage, but they are in a burnout, no HP, no nothing. Mason has little work cut out for them, and they will take this win. Congratulations, Mason, for... What is... Oh my gosh, I have messed it up once again. I've taken the wrong information in my head.
Of course, that will be 1 point to Mason.
2, yes. Oh my gosh, okay. All right, here we go. All right, Mason is starting off now with some cheese balling some moves there, but it's just getting blocked by Midnight Oz, who is taking a bit of damage on their side as well. Some slams going in there, some power it up moves, and here we go. Mason unable to stand this onslaught of fist that is coming from Midnight Oz, who has woken up. Their coffee has kicked in with a nice drive parry coming in from Midnight Oz to block that move, but they cannot block these as Midnight Oz is in the corner taking those wall stuns, those damage, but both players low HP, little bit of drive gauge, but it is in the green and looking good for these two players. Looking out now for an opening. Mason tries to go through, but Midnight Oz with the uppercut. Both players looking for another opening here as they play a bit of footsie. Timer is ticking down, doesn't matter because Mason is going to get that KO as Midnight Oz strikes to pounce. Round 2 now in this battle. Mason
that was so close. It was neck and neck, but Mason was waiting for that opening to finish off Midnight.
Nice sumo stomp coming in there now, but Mason will spend and throws Midnight Oz into another ultimate move. I don't think this isn't going to finish off Midnight Oz, but it doesn't matter because Mason is confident. Mason is absolutely powering through. The momentum is there, and Midnight Oz will take the absolute brunt of it as Mason takes another win.
And that is two of 3 points. So Mason just steamrolling.
Oh my gosh!
My
Mason.
God.
Okay, all right. I have to sort of recap there because if I'm confused, the viewers are confused, and you'd be confused as well, Corbs. All right.
No, don't worry. I'm very much guilty of the same. Like back when I was helping with Halo last year, how the point system worked, it catches me off guard, especially with how fast these matches are going. But it's like you've got the battles within the round, which is then technically the point, which is then of the overall 3 rounds, and then they want to get the best of the 3. And in that case, Mason got 2, so there we go. Quick maths.
So it's 3-3-2. So it's 3 rounds per battle, and it's best of 3 battles, and it's double elimination. So that is how I shall remember it. I was thinking about the Street Fighter 6 Season 2 format, to be honest. But yes, so reiterating that for those who were just as confused as I was. So it is 3 rounds. 3 battles, best of 3, double elimination. Yeah.
But let's take a look back at what happened in the Ashes, because it was so fast with the replays brought to you by Ace Apparels.
Oh my gosh, just watching Midnight Oz just throw it down as Marissa in that. They had a lot of shining moments, to be honest. they had to, I feel like Midnight Oz took a while to wake up a little bit, but Mason was just on the ball, on the money that entire game. There were many moments there where poor Midnight Oz was just thrown into a corner and palmed back and forth, and even that perfect KO there, like that's not being able to get a single hit off, not even one chip of damage on your opponent. That is, I've been perfectly KO'd many times. So that's perfectly fine. But Midnight Oz has had quite a lot of redeeming moments in this as well. Like seeing on your screens right now, just absolutely throwing Mason into the grinder. That was such a close round right there. Like I think I saw Mason sweat a little bit there. But it's all right, Midnight Oz, because you will be progressing into the lower bracket. But it's all right, because we'll see you again after these bunch of games run through. But right now, very shortly on your screens, we will have our winners quarter final between Professor and Duklin. Now, if I remember, I always say this, if I remember correctly, but it's like I have my weekly tournaments, and there are many names, many different players, many different characters. I try my best to remember all of these matchups, but I do believe that Professor and Duklin have versed each other before. I mean, of course they have. Duklin has been at the top of our leaderboards nearly every single qualifier except for one where they did not enter, but that's fine. They took out 2 of the wins anyway. But Corbs, between Professor and Duklin, now I do see that you have taken a bit of fondness to Professor. Am I betting that this will be your pick for this next fight?
I think I'm going to have to commit to sitting in Professor's corner for the rest of the day. I cannot confidently tell you if I saw in any of Duklin's games, but I clearly could remember how Professor went last time from what I saw, and then today they're bringing it again. They've got the skills, so I really hope they've got what it takes to take on Duklin in the next match today.
Yeah, there are a few players that I believe can make Duklin sweat, and Professor is definitely one of them. And I will actually have to back with you on this game as well. I mean, the smart thing would be to bet on Duklin, as they have won 2 of our qualifiers, but Professor, I kind of want them to knock Duklin off their high horse, to be honest.
You gotta love an underdog. Would you describe Professor as an underdog?
Up against the Duklin? Yes, okay. Absolutely. Duklin is an incredible player. They are so skillful. They are an absolute powerhouse, and in their own right. But I will go for the underdog. Today I will go for Professor because I want to see an upset. I want something entertaining. I mean, it is going to be entertaining, but we are going in very shortly in our first match of our winners quarterfinals between Professor and Duklin, who is our 2-time qualifier, Esports Championship Street Fighter 6 champion. So
let's check it out.
Let's see how this goes on our screens very shortly. So I will reiterate once again, mainly for my own benefit. This will be a best of 3 double elimination with 3 rounds in each battle. And round 1 has just begun with Duklin on their favorite JP and Professor taking back Zangief again. Zangief. I cannot pronounce his name properly. I have it read out in my mind, but it doesn't matter. Both players will be looking here for an opening, and Professor will find
He's found it
right now, trying to get an overhead on that, but he will block those mid-range attacks that are going in. He's going to block actually a majority of Duklin's attacks that are going in, so it seems like Professor has been doing his homework. Duklin tries to put Professor at a range that they are comfortable with. Professor will be blocking a majority of these attacks if they can, but they are in burnouts. So they are going to wait a little bit, trying to tank out these attacks to get enough drive gauge to throw in an attack. But Duklin is also taking their fair share of damage as well. Professor is going to try and look for an opening here to try and get some damage in, but Duklin sees it coming and will put them at a hands pace. Professor tries to get in there 2 times, but Duklin sees it, blocking that jump in and putting them back at bay. taking in that round one. Professor will charge and surge on this first attack, whipping that overdrive move.
Yes!
It doesn't matter because they will throw Duklin down with a Xanadu special, putting it back to back again. Duklin,
yes! He's coming in hot!
Professor will grapple him
Perfect!
once again with a perfect KO on Duklin.
Yes!
Duklin, this is a moment. Professor will not be running it up early. Taking a bit of a caution. Oh my gosh. Okay, Duklin, all right.
Duklin is ready for those attacks coming in from the high.
Whipping that, but some moves coming in. Professor will be taking a shit load of
Come
damage. Duklin, no HP has been taken from their bar just yet. And Professor, you can do this. I have it for you. Oh, a nice punch coming in, but he will not be able to get the follow-up. Nice overhead on that, which was not blocked by Duklin, and he will throw the old grandpa down in a nice little grapple, and he will do it again in a suplex. Just grappling him. Duklin will spin and throw it down, and I think that this will be a KO for this round.
No.
Oh my gosh, the Professor cannot do anything. They are trying their best to drive parry as much of these attacks as possible. Drive gauge is low. Professor is low in HP, but the mid-range attacks are going through, keeping Professor at bay. But they are trying their best to block these attacks again. It's going to again. Who's going to come out on top? Oh my god! Duklin! Oh, I just broke a nail.
A good attempt. You got to get in close with this guy, or else he just...
gosh.
He plays. It's like he's playing.
I didn't know who was going to come up on top. It really just goes down to milliseconds. It goes down to the frames. It goes down to the game, to the RNG. Professor, oh my gosh, not able to rush this second battle here, but they will try their best. But Duklin is confident, is keen. All right, Professor, a bit of foot here, but please try to look for. Professor tries to look for an opening to get nice and close and personal Duklin to put up as much damage as possible. Professor half HP now, only really now trying to get a little bit of damage in, but a Xanadu special comes in, throwing Duklin down on the ground, and Professor followed up with some nice damage, but Duklin will do their best to block it. Professor in burnout now. Duklin is at quarter HP, bends an overdrive, pushes through, and he is going to follow it up, keeping Professor at arm's length. Professor, get in there, you can do this! Oh my gosh, but Duklin will wipe away my hopes and Professor's hopes with a nice KO on that. And that is our... We're in our second round now. Professor tries to rush in, but gets blocked by Duklin. Duklin sees it coming, reads it. Professor like a book. Both players low in drive gauge. Professor are doing what they can to block these moves, but Duklin will throw it in, teleport in behind, trying to push Professor up against the wall, and they do so. Professor is taking a lot of damage on that, trying to get in there, trying to find an opening, but Duklin isn't letting them take anything at all. Not at all, punishing every single advance that Professor is making. Low drive gauge, low HP, and it is goodbye, I think. But Professor has some drive parries coming in there now, and he will survive that. But, oh my god, they're trying their best right now to block what they can, but so is Duklin not letting Professor take anything at all, but it gets that in. Professor will try to follow that up, and they do, but Duklin struggles to get back up, and the Professor will keep driving it in, and he goes into his already wasted. And he'll grab him. Oh no! Duklin! Oh my god, Professor!
That's rough. That is rough.
Oh.
I really feel for Professor right now. The fact that character can like knock you by, and then has those like magic ranged attacks where it's like things are coming out of portals across the level. That's evil.
Yes, one of the beautiful ways that Duklin plays JP is just not only can Duklin keep their opponent exactly where they want them to, but they can also he also comes in quick up to your face with the grandpa stick, absolutely beating the shit out of that big boy. And oh my gosh, but Professor played one hell of a game there. I mean, for the first time that I have seen, Duklin was taken. I mean, Duklin has lost, I believe, 2 rounds before, only in Esports Championship that I have seen in the past qualifiers, but lost this time and was not able to get a single bit of chip damage at all onto Professor in a perfect KO, which we will see on the replays very surely, brought to you by Ace Gamer Apparel. I need a sip of water, but oh my gosh. Corpse, wow.
Duklin was ready for whatever Professor was trying to do. I feel like in that second round, where Professor was really going strong, I almost suspect Duklin was using that as an opportunity to see what sort of, combinations and tactics Professor was going to use, and then completely just use that to their advantage for the rest of the game.
Oh my god. That was crazy. You see this? And he, get ready, he misses because Duklin dodges, runs up, slams him, Kane to the chest. Oh, man.
It's like in the second act of a movie when the villain kills the hero's best friend or parent or something. It felt like channeling real villain energy.
It was like, I feel like Professor was like, oh man, it was like, no, Duklin was like, oh, call an ambulance. But not for me, and just like turned around and just slapped that boy. That was crazy. Oh my god! But even in the slowed down replays, even as you can see frame by frame, you can just see the absolute skill that Duklin has. They're a powerhouse. What can I say? Oh my gosh, so I have broken a nail already. I've slammed my seat into the wall.
Careful.
Oh my god.
Remember, breathe.
No.
Remember last week? Breathe.
That was crazy. So I did want it upset, but I got what I wanted, and Professor played brilliantly. They played awesome. I would have never expected a perfect KO, even if it was Duklin's like, aha, I'm gonna see how you do. I'm gonna put a show on for these dumb casters. I'm gonna absolutely turn it around. But enough of that. We'll get into that later. But yes, next? Professor will be going into losers bracket. Duklin will be progressing, but we still have our next match of our winners quarterfinal, and that is between, I believe, Warlock and Agorayuna. Between Warlock and Agorayuna, aka Good on My End, aka Broth. They've changed their name a few times in during the season, but that's all right. We can keep up with that. But we have my favorite Warlock up against Agorayuna coming up on your screens very shortly. Predictions, if you can, get them in, Corbs.
Oh, look, Warlock. I think I like the simplicity with the name. It's less to remember. Let's do it.
Warlock. Oh my god. Okay, so Agorayuna will choose their special once again. But oh my gosh. Okay, Warlock on Ryu, throwing him down quickly, but gets punished absolutely instantly. Oh my gosh. Gets thrown down once again, but counters that with a nice uppercut and blocks that overdrive move onto them, throws them down on the ground and moves around on the other side. But who's gonna win in this fight? Oh my god, Agorayuna comes out on top with that. We'll follow it up with some nice bit of damage. Warlock now on burnout, but it doesn't matter because
ouch.
It's over. Round 2.
I was about to say it seems a bit more evenly matched.
Oh my god, but I tell you what, Warlock is still in the game and they are making that known absolutely. Agorayuna absolutely will throw in as much damage. I repeat again what I said. Drive parry coming in, blocking off Agorayuna's attacks, and they will follow that up with a block from Agura's end. Both players here sort of seeing what they can do. Now drive gauge empty for Agura and Ryu. Warlock will do their best to put as much damage down range as they can, but drive gauge is
Nice
low and
dodge.
empty for both of these players now, replenishing what they can. Warlock on if little HP, but so is a Guru unit. But I actually think Warlock might be able to. They have the drive gauge advantage and the HP advantage, and that is a KO. And we are in our
You could feel
final
the Guru unit
round
was really
of
wanting
our
to get out of there.
battle. We are 1-1 right now. Nice blocks coming in from the Guru. Warlock tries her best, and they will spend, and we will go through the animation. And oh my god, a Guru unit is already at half HP. Holy. Oh, and throwing it down. Then somebody whips it. A Guru unit will go in for the overhead and a move. Warlock into the corner, throwing down, lots of damage. But Warlock will block what they can and trying to throw it back in there. But Agura is just too good and throws them down. Drive gauge is nearly empty for Warlock. Oh my god, but so it is for Australia, but it doesn't matter because Warlock is down for this battle. And that is 1-0 going the way of Agura Yuna. And they will start off here with a lot of early damage going towards a Warlock, the overhead being blocked and punished. Oh my god, with the dodge coming in from Agura, just playing Warlock like a fiddle. And he is now stunblocked up against the wall. Tries to throw in a move there, but gets blocked. And this is going to be an easy KO. A classic KO for Agura Yuna. Oh my gosh. What was that? Alright.
Warlock.
We started
Come on.
now some early aggression. Agura Yuna will bide their time right now, looking for an easy opening to throw it back into Warlock's face. But Warlock is going to keep trying to throw punches down range. Agura Yuna gets thrown and picked up over their shoulder. Warlock throwing in a nice uppercut in there, but they are empty and in burnout right now. Is Agura Yuna going to take advantage of this? They whiff their overdrive move, and Warlock punishes them for it with a grapple. Both of them trading moves right now as Warlock is still in burnout. Gets hit by Agura Yuna's mid-range attack and thrown out of the animation of their move. Agura Yuna will take that win against Warlock. Warlock, who will be going into the losers bracket. We will see you again, Warlock. You have fought so well. I've seen so much improvement from you in every single qualifier that you have entered in, and now it's the season final and you're here and you've improved so much. Warlock, congratulations. I'm so proud of you, but we'll see you again. It is double elimination. You'll be going into the losers bracket, but congratulations to you, Agura Yuna, for that win and progressing into the next games. But Corpse, I wasn't able to get you a bit of a spiel, a bit of a backstory about Agura Yuna and Warlock, but I will get on to the winner right now, Agura Yuna. And hopefully while I am talking about that, the replays will be coming through. But it doesn't matter. But Agura Yuna, aka Roth, aka Good on My End, was probably the first competitor to actually make Duklin sweat. Duklin sweat. Yes, I believe they dropped around up against Agura Yuna. It wasn't a perfect KO like how we saw before, but it was a very very epic bunch of games between these two. And I do believe that if anyone, Professor, Agura Yuna, and Lilium, oh gosh, perhaps even TTTJ as well. I cannot let them be forgotten on this. I believe that probably out of all of those players, perhaps TTTJ or Agura Yuna, Lily and Professor would be the ones to make Duklin sweat, and we will be seeing that very shortly. But we will run through these replays right now, brought to you by Ace Gamer Apparel. But oh my gosh, Warlock. So they always pick out Ryu, and that is fine. You know, that's their bread and butter champ right there. And
a classic.
Oh gosh, but there were so many times there where they were an absolute powerhouse on that champ, just throwing down Agura Yuna and just kicking their butt on camera. But to be fair, they did get their butts kicked more, but they fought so well on the screen there, and it's so nice to see how much that these players have improved since the last time they were on our screens. And that's, I love seeing that. But man, Agura, Yuna, there were so many times there where it just looked like they were just taking Warlock for a ride, to be honest. They were just
They're really utilizing the whole arsenal. The low attacks, the high attacks, sometimes dipping out to then, I feel like being a little bit cheeky with that ranged attack, even just to maybe play some mind games and then just get back right into it, juggling them. Almost feels like they're juggling them. It's maybe a little bit of bullying going on, but it's great to watch in this case.
Man. That was so. I'm not sure if that was a fluke or that was like calculated. I'm gonna say it was calculated, but just throwing in like that. But Agura, throwing in that mid-range attack, that little poison bubble coming through, just as Warlock was like powering up for like their move. They've spent the last of the drive gauge for a move, and they were powered up in the motions of it, but got hit and stunned by that poison bubble that Agura threw like half a second before. and then just got absolutely destroyed and KO'd. But okay, so in our next match that'll be coming up very shortly for our winners quarterfinal. I believe this is our second last game before we go into our break, and it will be between Mortal Kombat winner Soul's Clue and TTTJ. If I remember correctly, and I say that an awful lot in these broadcasts, I believe that TTTJ won the qualifier, the second qualifier. I'll have to sort of remember really who won that. I believe it was them. Never mind. Duklan actually won all 3 qualifiers. That was an absolute mistake on my part. I'm very sorry to spectators. I'm very sorry to Duklan. You have won all 3 qualifiers. For some reason, qualified 2, my mind absolutely blanked. It's like you never existed. I'm so sorry. My absolute
there's a lot to remember.
Oh, it has been a lot. There's been a lot of players coming in, a lot of players coming out, a lot of names, a lot of different people versing each other. But yes, no, Duklan has won all 3 qualifiers back to back to back, and let's see if they take out our season final, our championship today. But we can only really find out by knowing. But Soul Clue and TTTJ are in lobby, and we will be going to match very shortly. Now, between these two, Mortal Kombat veteran Soul's Clue and TTTJ, who we have seen here before, but you probably haven't. Who do you think? What is your prediction between these two?
Well, considering Soul's Clue didn't get to do their first game and their competitor was a no-show, I'd like to see what they've got in store for us today.
I do. I would actually like to. Ooh, I think I will go for Soul's Clue as well. Actually, just because they are. I mean, they do herald from a Mortal Kombat background. That is very, very different to Street Fighter 6. Like, yes, it is another fighter game, but we are in here, and I will stop what I am saying. And we have Soul's Clue on the right hand of our screen playing as Jamie, and we have TTTJ as Blanca. Their favorite Soul's Clue, throwing in some early damage off of that. Blanca tries to look in for an opening, and they will find one, grappling onto Soul's Clue and getting some damage. Her players jumping up into the air and meeting each other there. Blanca will have their moves blocked by Soul's Clue there for a single second, while Soul's Clue will throw in some overdrive moves, but Blanca, already seeing that going on, throws in a mid-range move there, tries to catch Soul's Clue out, but it doesn't matter because Soul's Clue, no drive gauge, no HP, will lose this first round with a nice KO coming from TTTJ.
Very aggressive from TTTJ.
Yeah, we have a lot of early damage coming in on both sides there between Blanca and Soul's Clue. Blanca is just TTJ is just running all over this arena right now with Blanca just oh my gosh. Alright, so Soul's Clue tries to spend there, but gets whiffed both times by TTJ, who sees that coming.
Oh, no.
They will spend 2, but they get blocked by Soul's Clue, but it doesn't matter because they are up against the wall. and that is another KO for that round.
Damn.
We are in our round. We are in our second battle now. It is one. Oh, we are in our third round now. It's 1-0 for TTTJ. Yes, between Soulscrew Blanca starting off with a lot of early damage. Soulscrew not being able to get any hits in just yet. They're blocking what they can, but they have finally put some chip damage up on their health bucket, so it will not be a perfect KO. Blanca tries to grab that, but Soulscrew too quick. Throws in the overdrive, but gets countered by TTTJ, unable to really follow that up with some worthwhile damage, but it does not matter because Soulscrew will lose that round, and we are in round two now of our second battle. TTTJ will block that overdrive move coming in from Soulscrew, but Soulscrew will follow that out with a nice bit of damage. Blanca not really able to get some hits in, and now can't really follow that up because Soulscrew is jumping below the screen. TJ will spend here and throws it up with some nice damage and stuns going in, putting Soulscrew into the corner. Soulscrew tries to drive parry what they can, but gets absolutely thrashed by TTTJ. Tries to get out of the corner now, throws in an overdrive move, but TTJ will throw that in, counter that with a drive parry. Soulscrew whiffing that move. No HP, no drive. Gage tries to block what they can from TTJ's just unrelenting onslaught. Soulscrew will be getting KO'd in that. And there we have it.
The damage is snowballing.
Oh man, but TTJ playing on that Blanca is just... It's entertaining. It's entertaining to watch that little guy just jump all over the stage, all over the arena. And, I mean, TJ just has that champion just down on lock. Like, they are very, very good. And yes, no, it's actually TTJ, one of the champions one of the competitors that I truly believe can make a Duklin sweat as well. And so I'm very keen to see that because TTJ will be progressing into the next round, whereas Soulscrew will be in our losers bracket. So they are not disqualified just yet. This is a double elimination. So we'll be seeing them down the track. But we do have one more game coming up on our screens very shortly between Lilium and Mason. Yes, Mason. Midnight.
Before we get into that, let's take a quick look back with our replays thanks to Ace Gamer Apparel.
Oh my gosh. Just TTJ on that Blanca. I don't remember ever seeing them play another champion, but it's alright because they
it's good to have a favorite in these games.
Exactly. I have my favorites. It really doesn't matter. I can't really play, but it's cool, but thankfully these plays on your screen can, and Soulscrew, coming from a Mortal Kombat background, it's a different game to Street Fighter 6. But I gotta respect them for coming in here, for participating.
Main thing's giving it a go.
Yeah, Soulscrew is giving it a go, which is good. But our next game up against Mason and Lilium. Now I have seen these two have fought each other before, and I believe that Lilium came up on top. I'm keen to see this again because that was really entertaining in these two before. I believe that was for the first qualifiers that these two had managed to come up against each other, Mason and Lilium. They are both such good players, so I am very excited to see this, and I will have another sip of my tea this time because I have been talking non-stop. And I do have my lovely co-caster and co-host here, Corpse. So I will let you do some talking while I sip on my tea.
Oh, good. The main thing is, this goes for the players as well. Stay hydrated and just make sure you kick back and relax. You got your posture right. You know, you've got your shoulders and legs that correct width apart. You know, maintaining that posture is really important so you can maintain and you can concentrate on what's going on. But yes, I think a lot of these players are showing us that they are more than ready for today's games.
Yep. Now,
they are more awake than I.
Before we get into this game, Corpse, prediction between Mason and Lilium. So you have seen Mason before. You haven't really seen much of Lilium except when you have watched the past broadcast. But pick now. Who is your prediction to come out on top for this?
Look, just because I like throwing spanners in the works, I'm going to be going for Lilium.
Okay. Well, I'll be going for Mason, who will be playing on E-Honda. Lilium will be choosing their favorite, Chun-Li. Both players are looking for an opening now. There's a bit of footsies come through. Both players are trying to get a bit of damage down range and looking for an opening. Mason tries to find one, but Lilium blocks that overhead storm. Oh my gosh, unable to really get anything down with that. Lilium will see that coming and block that as Mason tries to spend and does so, throwing in some moves, some more damage down pat. And oh my gosh, Lilium is just backed up against the corner, and then a reversal comes in there with a punish counter, but it doesn't matter because Mason, Fists of Fury, is going to keep sending damage down range into that corner, and poor Lilium will lose out into that very first round.
Mason loves wrapping up with that move.
Oh, it is definitely one hell of an awesome finisher. Lilium throwing E-Honda over the top there of their dainty shoulders, blocking off the overdrive move from Mason. Lilium putting a tiny bit of damage there as both players try to look for an opening. Lilium blocking that, but I think Mason has found an opening and they are tearing it wide open and now, but Lilium puts some more damage down and throws it back into their face, but Mason will block that move there. Lilium getting their drive gauge back up now. Some moves are trying to go in on the side of Mason, but Lilium will block them. Quarter HP now. Mason should be feeling a bit more confident. Throws himself down there, but Lilium will block that. But what else can they block? They don't have a lot of HP left.
No, not much to play with.
Oh my gosh. Mason, whereas has a lot to play with, half HP. Oh, crushes Lilium, throws him down for a KO before I can even finish my sentence. Alright, Mason taking that round out for a spin. Here we go.
Brutal finish.
Alright. We're in another round now between Lilium and Mason. Mason taking that first battle win there. Lilium will try to defend what they can now, but Mason starting off with such early disgusting aggression. That momentum is just absolutely swinging, and this is the only time Lilium has had time to breathe since this round has started. It's only been 10 seconds, and Lilium is already nearly out of this fight, nearly out of this round. Mason is playing with their prey right now because Lilium has no HP, but they are still in their match. They are still trying, still throwing damage down range, trying to keep Mason away from them, but Mason will take that round. We only have a few more rounds left for Lilium to try to defend this, try to not go into the loser's bracket. Spotting that, getting a block on that, but unable to see the grapple. Can't block that. Taking that down now, throwing Mason around into the other side of the corner, but Mason says, no, I'd rather stay in the middle of the screen, thank you very much. Lilium throwing some damage now, which is good and nice to see, but Mason sees it coming as well and will block it. Tries to get an overdrive move in, but it gets a whiff by Lilium. Lilium will punish that severely with the HP advantage onto Mason right now. Both players are low on drive gauge. Lilium in burnout now, but they will keep following up some more and more damage, but Mason sees an opening and will tear it wide open.
It's happening again!
Just throwing poor Lilium around, both players. Oh my god, low on HP, low on drive gauge. Lilium is burnout. They are going to try and do what they can. Well, Mason just plays with his prey, but he might have done a bit too much playing.
He's got it!
Lilium. Oh my god. And Mason taking that win, progressing into the winners bracket, moving on and forward. But oh my god, Lilium will be going into the losers bracket. Man, I gotta say, it is
to shine, right?
another chance to shine, but yes, well, gosh. All right, Mason.
We better take a look back at some of the brutality that
I need another sip. That was oh my gosh. All right, it's all right. That's okay. We can talk about what's up. And here we go. Replays are back up on the screen, but Fists of Fury onto Lilium in the corner. There, gosh. Lilium tries to block what they can, and that but just gets absolutely super stomped by Mason. Oh my gosh, just an unending barrage of attacks. Now you see, in every single moment there, Lilium was just unable to really do much at all. They were just, oh gosh, and when that happens, when you just keep getting, when your opponent just keeps timing these moves perfectly one after the other, you can't do much. You can't do anything. You just take your hands off the controller and just, that's it. That's it, honestly. At least that's what I do. But oh gosh.
Thank you to Ace Gamer
Wow.
Apparel for the replay. Mason.
Yep. Oh my
Look
gosh.
out for Mason later. That
Yes,
momentum.
definitely. And also keep an eye out for Lilium in the losers bracket as well. But we do have quite a lot of good players in the losers bracket, to be honest. Honestly, every single player that we have seen so far has been awesome, and we will see them again. So this is a little recap on what has happened today. So for first match of the day, we've had Golden Avenger and Professor taking the win on that. Match 2, we've had our Mortal Kombat champion Soul Clue versing Akuma, which did not go through because Akuma, aka Bebek, has been disqualified, or they're in the losers bracket. I don't know. They haven't responded. They're not here. Good night, goodbye. Match 3, 0-2 between Midnight Oz and Mason, with Mason taking the win out on that. And in our winners quarterfinals, we have Duglin go 2-0 up against Professor. But what a hell of a match that was, with Professor managing to get a perfect KO round win onto Duglin, which hasn't happened before. And in our match 5, we've gone a 0-2 between Warlock and Ogura Yuna, aka Rolf, aka good on my end. Now that everyone knows that who they were, Ogura Yuna is who they are now. But in our match 6, we've had TTJ and Soul's Clue come up against each other, with TTTJ coming out on top. There, our match 7, which we have just seen between Mason and Lilium. Mason has progressed into the next round, where Lilium has dropped back into the losers bracket. But it is okay, because we'll be seeing them very shortly. We will be going into a 15-minute break because I need another coffee, Corbs needs another drink of water, and the players can get refreshed, get their hands warmed up, and you, my dear spectators, can go for a drink, a bathroom break, or whatever, type up a cheeky hate mail into our inbox. The world is your oyster, and you have 15
Snacks are always
minutes,
good.
and then you have 15 minutes to spend it. But I will tell you how you should spend it, even though I shouldn't. Well, I should definitely, and I'm going to. You should check out our sponsor, Ace Gamer Apparel, because they support grassroots esports and support our supporters. And if you're interested, you should also check out all the other changes that we have in store for our Season 2, which will be up on the website. And we will see you. Corbs and I shall see you in 15 minutes here. And we will be having our losers round 1 and our losers round 2 up on the screen after the break. So we'll see you shortly. Good afternoon and welcome back to the Esports Championship Season Finale, Season Final, Season Grand Final, Season Championship for our Street Fighter 6 tournament. And it has gone off to a bang start. So thank you all for tuning back in after that 15-minute break. Honestly, that went by really quickly, don't you reckon, Corpse?
It does. When you don't want a 15-minute break, they zip on by. Well, sorry, when you do want one, they zip on by. But when you don't,
I felt like I just stood up, refilled my water, read over my notes again, did my sticky notes, and now we're back on. It certainly goes by quick, huh? But
It's already 1:30 p.m.
It's already 1:30 p.m. and we still have a lot of games to go through. We still have, well, what you guys saw before. So we had our winners round 1 and our winners quarter final, but right now we have our losers round 1 and our losers round 2. So this will kind of be a little bit of a short one before we go back into a small break, so that my voice and still has some time to recover. But so on your screens we have our lineup. So in our losers round 1, Forbes, would you like to do the honor of reading out our competitors and the matches for me?
Well, I hope those in the losers bracket haven't gone to have a nap, or they've been keeping it warmed up, ready for the next bout of games. In match 8, first up soon, Lilium versus Golden Avenger. The winner of that will be going on to verse Soul's Clue later on this afternoon. But then in match 9, Warlock versus Akuma. And then after that, we will have Professor versus Midnight Oz. And then the winner of those 2 matches later on will be duking it out. But then, of course, the losers round 2, match 11 of the day, will be Soul's Clue. Like I mentioned before, the winner between Lilium and Golden Avenger will be battling Soul's Clue there.
Yeah, and there you have it, folks. So we only have a couple of games for you guys in our losers bracket, but we do have our losers round 3 coming up, our losers round 4, and our losers final before we go into the big one, the grand final, the championship. But we still have, 11 games to go through before that, maybe 12. We haven't even made it. Oh, we've only just really touched halfway. If I can count properly, I can't right now. That's all right, because I don't sit here to count. I sit here to scream about what's on the screen, and I love that for myself. But okay. So quick recap of the format. Also for the spectators and competitors, but also for myself. To really, like, I need to know my shit, and I get my shit confused. That's okay. But this is still in our losers round 1 and round 2, it will still be a 1v1 best of 3.
Best of 3.
Will be 3 rounds per battle. So it's still the same as it was in the last games that you saw. So don't get confused, anyone. Myself, me, and so that's pretty much what is going on today. Very shortly, and in our very first round of the day, as we saw, spoken by my lovely co-host, co-caster here, Corbs, we'll be seeing Lilium and Golden Avenger. I'm excited. Well, I'm excited for all the matches that come up, to be honest. But, Corbs, who do you predict out of these 2 between Lilium and Golden Avenger?
Well, I think I'm just going to keep it with the trend. I was going for Lilium earlier on today, so I'm going to keep that going on there. But I think it's just really great that all of these players get another chance to have their moment in the spotlight before we head back to the winners later on this afternoon. So it's going to be a good bout of games. But all of them up until now have been 2-0. So hopefully we see some more even footings.
Yes, we'd love to see a bit of tug of war going in our fighters. We like to see some. I don't really like the games where it's just a constant thrashing of one opponent on the other. I like to see stuff that is just throws my chair, just stuff that I cannot believe I am seeing. I like that sort of stuff, and I think the spectators will like that too, because that is good esports, and that is entertaining esports, and that is what we strive to achieve here. Try to have games up on your screens every week in our seasons that is entertaining, that is intense, that is competitive, and we pay out every week to the winners and runner-ups of each of our qualifiers and our finals as well in our prize pool. I believe that the prize pool for these winners today is, I believe the winner will be receiving $170, and the runner-up will be doubling their pool from before, and that will be $60. So I think
Nice.
that is pretty good. But as these seasons go on, as these tournaments go on, that juicy little pot of gold at the end of the rainbow is going to keep growing. So, and I'm happy for that, because I like to see the players, the gamers, the fighters, the competitors just do these sorts of things weekly, fortnightly, whatever, just having these competitions where they can showcase their skills and get better and get paid for it. And that is what the scene needs. It needs money.
It's great.
Everyone needs
It's a great
money,
way to spend a Saturday afternoon. But we better get into it. We've got Lilium versus Golden Avenger coming up right now.
Oh, and here we go. So Lilium will be taking their favorite Chun-Li on the left side of the screen. Golden Avenger will be taking their favorite as well, Guile, and starting off with a lot of early aggression. Golden Avenger throwing in some mid-range attacks there, but will get blocked by Lilium as they get punished for coming in a bit too close to Chun-Li. And following that with a hell of a lot of damage. Actually, Golden Avenger is already quarter HP and not letting up. Lilium is not getting them a single second to breathe.
Oh!
But they will with their overdrive move there, and Golden Avenger will take advantage by throwing them over the shoulder.
Oh!
Oh,
surprise!
And what a beautiful KO to end that round one. Golden Avenger will slip in there, putting in some early damage, but Lilium will punish them for that, throwing them back over the shoulder. Low drive gauge on the end of Golden Avenger, and then burnout now. Lilium spending what they can to put more damage down range. But Golden Avenger is still in the fight. Low HP, low drive gauge for both of these fighters right now. Golden Avenger will spend and trying to get in nice and close to get his moves down. It gets blocked by Lilium. Lilium taking them out for a spin and KO.
Trying to close the distance with some range attacks there, but Lilium is not letting them through.
No, not at all. And Lilium will take that Earth battle down there. Golden Avenger getting too much early damage on their side of the HP screen, not being able to get a single hit in on Lilium just yet. This is going to be, I don't want to say that this is going to be a perfect KO this early. It is not. Golden Avenger has got some damage down range, but low drive gauge, low HP. I think this round is over, and it is. Round 2 now with Lilium on top. Oh, that's a block coming in from Lilium. Beautiful. Some nice blocks coming in from both of these guys right now as they try to find an opening. Getting some damage down range with some mid-range attacks, just cheesing that over and over again. But Lilium will find a break in that barrage and hit some more damage in. Golden Avenger in burnout now, and it looks like Lilium is going to take this for a spin, but Golden Avenger suplexes him into it, and he throws in and spins. Got to follow with that nice damage. Throwing his ultimate now with the kicks of Fury up against the wall. Golden Avenger trying to block what they can, but they have no HP, no drive gauge, and that is done for Golden Avenger.
That's a lot of damage.
Oh, Lilium just showing us that they do not belong in the losers bracket. They just came out, Fists of Fury, and was like, you know what? That was just what you saw before. That was just my warm-up match. This is actually who I am. I do not.
This is the real deal.
I do not belong here, and they have shown that with such force and conviction. So Lilium will be progressing into our losers round 2 up against Soul's Crew, our Mortal Kombat competitor. But Golden Avenger, Forbes, you say goodbye, I believe. No, it's double Elim. We do not say goodbye to them. Wait, This is the second of the... Oh, it is losers bracket. So I believe that we say goodbye to them. Yeah,
That's
we
all
do.
right. They
Yeah,
can
but
now
we
go
will
and
have
enjoy the rest of their weekend.
Exactly. I keep getting like the double elimination part like messed up around in my head, which is not a good look for myself at all. But I'm like, oh, double elim. So that means losers bracket is double elim too. No, Rarewolf, it is not. Golden Avenger, you have fought valiantly. Thank you so much for signing up and joining in all of these qualifiers and making it out to the end of the season final. But this is the end of your road, Golden Avenger, and it has been an absolute pleasure having you on and seeing you improve as these weeks have gone by. So we will see you one last time on our screens for this replay brought to you by Ace Gamer Apparel. Oh my gosh, but just look at this! Oh my gosh, Lillian coming in with a clap on that. Again, in the replays, you could just see in slow-mo just the difference in skill between these two players. Just like their timings, their reads, their everything. And Lilium is just the better player. Gosh. Yes, that is the end of Golden Avengers streak here on Esports Championships. Thank you very much for signing up. Hopefully we'll see you again in Season 2 for our Street Fighter 6 games. There's a lot of changes coming in, a lot of good changes too. So, I mean, if you want to come in again, we'll see you. Hopefully we'll see you then, Golden Avenger. But our next match, who is it? Forbes? Who's coming? Who are we seeing on our screens?
We'll be seeing Lilium later, but next up is
Oh,
Warlock
actually,
and Akuma.
just sorry, Corpse. I've thrown you into the firing line there. I've made you present something that isn't actually going to happen because Akuma, aka Beck, has been disqualified. So they were given another chance in this. Yes, they were given another chance in this losers bracket in this next game up against Warlock to come back in, and but they are still a no-show. They have not confirmed.
Oh, of course, from
in the
earlier.
past.
No, yeah, you're absolutely
Yeah.
right. Oh, that's a shame.
Just-
Well, Akuma,
It-
I hope you're
it-
having
it
a
is
good
a- it
day
is a
wherever you
shame.
are.
Oh, I hope Akuma, aka Bebek, is having a beautiful Saturday somewhere off on a foreign island with no technology, with a mocktail or a cocktail and a coconut in their hand, just enjoying the beautiful, beautiful weather. I hope that for Akuma, I hope that for Bebek. But Warlock will be progressing into our losers round 2, so we'll be seeing them later. But right now on our screens, we will have Professor coming up against Midnight Oz. And Corbs, I wouldn't be wrong to assume that you'd be going for Professor.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, I think Professor's still got some gas in the tank. I'm looking forward to seeing him in the next match.
Yes, no, me too. Professor is one hell of a gamer, but so is Midnight Oz. So I will be against you, Corpse, and I will be backing Midnight Oz for this one, just so that we have some nice friendly caster rivalry going in here. But yeah, so players are in the lobby. Match will be starting soon between these two, Professor and Midnight Oz, and this is going to be one hell of a game because, again, like every single competitor that we have had on ESC so far, especially today, have been giving it their all. They have been showing everyone on the screens what they're made of, who they are, and they are establishing themselves in the fighter scene, if not already. And here we go. We have Professor on the left side of your screen right now playing as the Geef Boy. Midnight Oz on their fave, Marissa. Both of these tank powerhouses will be battling it out right now as Professor throws Marissa into a nice suplex. Not suplex. Bleh. Oh my god, but I'm talking about the wrong thing right now because Midnight Oz has no HP. Drive gauge is low on both sides, but honestly, it looks like Professor's just going to take this round out right now. I spend too much diddly-daddling talking about the absolute wrong things, and the fight is already over. Professor trying to go
Blink
in
and
there
you'll
for
miss
some
it.
Blink and you miss it, exactly. For some lot of early aggression coming in from these two powerhouses. Midnight Oz gets stopped in the track there as they try to fire off some more damage downrange. Professor will drive parry those attacks. Both players looking for an opening here. So far, nothing really preventing itself, but HP is ticking down. Drive gauge is low and empty for Professor, who did a preemptive drive parry, and they are in burnout now, but that has not changed anything. Midnight Oz seeing that coming in and blocking it and throwing Professor over the shoulder, and they are going to punish Professor for their lack of judgment there. Left, right, good, nice, throwing it down. My stream is stuttering, but I will not shut up. Midnight Oz is putting up a fight, and Professor is going down. We are 1-1 in this battle right now. We are in the final round. Midnight Oz, Professor. Midnight Oz just absolutely throwing it down. Early aggression, just pummeling Professor over and over again. And Professor unable to really stop these cheese grabs that is going on. He's just back and forth. Midnight Oz is
The audacity!
using this grapple and he can't get anything done. This is the KO. Midnight Oz, what? What was
And
that,
a point, but
Professor?
at what
was
cost?
that? I don't see that in the replays because that was crazy for Midnight Oz, just timing that so perfectly so that Professor was not able to do anything. Professor reading that with the block coming in, but the wall stun will be down.
Yes!
Will be the reason against the... Anyway, Professor going in and spending some nice moves there. Midnight Oz is down for this round. I stumble over my...
Professor's not having any more of that.
Professor is showing us that that last round was a fluke. But oh gosh, Midnight Oz is one hell of a gamer. And oh, just that nice counter hit on that as these players are battling it out, trading hits over and over again. Professor in burnout now, unable to get that grapple, and Midnight Oz is going to punish that with a little lull in the battle right now. But Professor is throwing fists down range. They are still in burnout though, but it doesn't matter because Midnight Oz has no HP. Full drive gauge now for both these gamers, but Professor will take that round. And we are in this now again. Some early aggression starting off. Professor throwing down Midnight Oz with the nice hard knockdown before Midnight Oz can do anything again. Is he going to cheese this again? He will not.
Professor's not having any more of that.
Look for anything. Grapples him, KO, and Professor is still in the fight. We are 1-1 again, but we are in our final round now, in our final battle. Sorry, we're in our final battle now, in our second round. Yes, okay. Professor, Midnight Oz battling it out right now. Professor with the HP advantage and the drive gauge advantage, but Midnight Oz is still in the fight and letting it known. But Professor is not going to make it on Midnight Oz if both players are battling it out now to progress to the round. Who will face elimination? It is hard to tell. It is hard to tell because both players are neck to neck on the scoreboard. Midnight Oz, Professor, both with low drive gauge. Professor with the health advantage, but Midnight Oz is chipping it down in a way slowly coming in now with the overdrive, and he is going to slap him back and forth into the wall, and he is going to his ultimate move. It is going to be a KO. There's one bit of chip damage left, but it doesn't matter because it is done. That round is over. Oh my gosh, and we're in our final round of a 1-1 neck to neck between Professor and Midnight Oz. Oh my god. Okay. Right.
No pressure. No pressure for either player at this point.
Why am I feeling so much pressure? Oh gosh. All right.
Oh.
Professor throwing it down to try and get that HP as even as he can. And it will do as much as it can. He throws him down for another Zangief special. Oh my god, Midnight Oz is not able to really take anything. Oh my, that is over, folks. Professor will win and Midnight Oz will be eliminated. Now, you know how I was saying before how I really like those fights where it's drawn out and as you were saying before, we haven't had one that's been like a 1-1 before. It's always been 2-0s, but Corpse, our prayers have been answered because
That was great. I didn't know how that was going to go. It could have gone either way. I'm really happy to see Professor come out on top, but Midnight Oz did a phenomenal job. A truly phenomenal job. Even if that one little win in there was a little bit dirty, as far as I can tell. I don't know.
That was disgusting. That was beautiful, Midnight Oz. Like, you pulled that off 4-5 times in that perfect KO, just cheesing that over and over again and getting away with it. That was disgusting, but I respect you so much for that because that was beautiful. That was beautiful. I haven't seen anything like that before on here. Now I'm going to remember that. So thank you very much, Midnight Oz.
Every now and again is all right.
Yes, it is, but we do have our replays, so we can rewatch the shenanigans and stuff that went down in that very long fight there between these. But look at this! Just over and over again before Professor can stand up and do anything, a block, a parry, anything. Midnight Oz just throwing them down. But oh my gosh, but these two plays was just so, like, even you can tell by the MMR, by the matchmaking rank, that they are very, very close in skill. They are quite evenly matched. So this has been a beautiful, beautiful matchup for these two players and for us and for the spectators watching. Because this
probably my favorite one of the day.
Yes, this could have gone either way. But I really like seeing on my screen two big powerhouse champs being picked. Picks up more of my screen. But it's like, they both have sort of similar fighting styles and they're just big, brawly, muscular tanks just absolutely fighting each other out. I like seeing that. I like that. But yes, again, congratulations, Professor. You have held on once again, and I hope you keep holding on because you are very, very good. But Midnight Oz, thank you again for participating, for joining, for coming here and putting your all on. I appreciate that. Hopefully we'll see you for our next season. If not, then it was good to see you. But thank you. But our next match coming up between who, Corpse?
Kicking off the losers round 2 for today, we have Soul's Clue versus Lilium.
Soul's Clue versus Lilium. Oh, well, in my heart, I already know who is going to win. But if this was Mortal Kombat, Soul's Clue would definitely come out on top. But this is not Mortal Kombat, this is Street Fighter 6. But I will give Soul's Clue every bit of support because I am going to be in their corner. I'm going to be in their corner. I'll be screaming for Soul's Clue. Who will you be going for, Corpse?
Well, Lilium really had some creative plays earlier, so I'm looking forward to that. But Soul's Clue, I hope they get another really good chance to show us what they've got, bringing over hopefully some transferable skills from Mortal Kombat. This should be another good one.
Yep, and players are in lobby and game is starting soon as we switch over into that screen between Soul's Clue and Lilium for our second last match of our losers round 2 before we go into a break. That should be up on your screens shortly. And I am excited to see this because Soul's Clue, every time they have come on, they have improved just a little bit more in their Street Fighter 6 mastery. Like, yes, they are a Mortal Kombat player, play for completely different games. They are the same genre, but they are 2 different games. But they still signed up and did what they can, and we are going to see them on the screen right now in our round 1 for our first battle. Soul's Clue on the left-hand side of the screen with Jamie, with Liam on the right-hand side with favorite Chun-Li. Liam already in a burnout now as they throw more damage down range, and Soul's Clue is unable to fend these off for the moment. There's a lull in the battle here. Solsu trying to throw some more damage down. The first hit was blocked by Lilium, but there is damage to be done. But Lilium sees that as well, and Solsklu has little to no HP, and I think this is very over for our round 1, and it is. We're in our round 2 now, in our first set of 3.
Look, I wouldn't want to be in Solsklu's shoes right now, coming from Mortal Kombat. When you think of Street Fighter 6, Chun-Li is definitely one of the characters you think of, a mainstay character. So they a player that mains them by this point would really know what they're doing.
And they are empty, going to burnout now. Able to fully block that overdrive move from Lilium, but Lilium also with low HP and spending now as we go into this, and this is going to be a KO for Solsklu in our round 2. And that was over before it began. And that is Lilium with 1 point for them, and we are in our second battle now, in our best of 3 in our first round. Here we go, some nice early damage coming in from Solsklu to try to get their drive gauge back up, blocking that second mid-range attack, but Chun-Li will come in close and throw him down on the ground. Nice block coming in from Solsklu, but Chun-Li, Lilium will still punish him into the corner. Nice escape from that grapple from Lilium. Drive gauge empty, low HP. This is going to be another round win for Lilium. Just a better play here, and that is not a bad thing, because a lot of your oyster, the sky's the limit. You can keep achieving, you can keep getting better. But Solsklu with that nice hit onto Lilium, dodging their move in that very, very early overdrive from Lilium. Nice blocks coming in from Solsklu. There is some nice reads coming from Solsklu, to be honest, in this fight here. Gets grapple, throw down the hard knockdown. Lilium will spend their drive gauge, be more damage down range. Solsklu, no HP left, not a lot of drive gauge. And I think this round will be over very shortly, but not without a fight from Solsklu. And that's it, folks. Chun-Li, Lilium will be hanging on once again in a very, very nice win up against Solsklu, who will be unfortunately eliminated. But hey, they came this far. And I'm proud of them. Yes, but okay, so that's it. Lilium will be progressing in the next round. But before we get into that, let's have a look at these replays brought to you by Ace Gamer Apparel. Oh, gosh. Man, Lilium on the Chun-Li has just been an absolute powerhouse on their bread and butter main right there. And Solsklu, I've only really seen them play Jamie, so I think it'd be safe to assume that that's also their favorite as well. But Lilium is just the better player, and that has shown very well there.
Sometimes that's just the way it goes. It's the way the cookie crumbles. But we do have one more for the losers round 2 bracket this afternoon before we head over. We will be skipping the next break and jumping straight into the winners semi-finals soon. But in the meantime, coming up next is Warlock versus, we've got him back again, Professor. Should be good.
Professor is up again. Oh, that's right, Professor is up again. For some reason, I was like, oh yeah, Professor's going to go to the next round. Here we are. This is the next round. And Professor will be up against Warlock. And you already know a lot about Professor Corp, so I'd assume that you would be backing their corner.
Of course not. Until the day is done, I am remaining in Professor's corner. The plays I've seen have been fantastic. I'm sure they're learning a lot versus in the battles they've had today, and hopefully they've got a good chance against Warlock. But as long as it's a good game at the end of the day and everyone plays fair, I'll be fine with it.
Yep. And Warlock, I will be backing them. And if any of you people have viewers, spectators have seen the past Street Fighter 6 broadcast, you will know that I am a very big Warlock fan. This fighter just week in, every fortnight, every single qualify, every single game, they have participated, they have joined, they have played their absolute best. And I'm a big Warlock fan because they always come back into chat after each game, and they just display such beautiful sportsmanship and camaraderie. And I can just tell just from what they are saying, especially to their opponents, that they are just so excited and happy to be playing with such skilled players that we have in our competitions. And so I'm a very big Warlock fan. I am a very, very big Warlock fan because they are a beautiful person. They are 100%. I'm gonna put a sticky note here that's gonna say #1 Warlock fan, Werewolf. And I'm very excited to see them up on our screens again shortly, even though I know that they are up against Professor, and this is the Professor will win. I'm sorry, Warlock, but I do know that Warlock is not going to make it too easy on Professor, because every time Warlock has been seen on our screens, they have just gotten better and better, and I'm proud of them. I really am. But we haven't seen the game yet, and they should be up on our screen very shortly, as both players should be getting into lobby, into game, into match very shortly. So for everyone here, you guys would just have to keep listening to me gush about Warlock.
Well, now you've sold me, because sportsmanship in my eyes goes a long way. You can always learn and get better at a game, but not everyone has the the moral standings of a natural, a good sportsman. Some people have to be told how to do that, unfortunately. So that's good. You've sold me. I'll be very happy if Warlock makes it through as well.
And Warlock does more than just like GG, congrats on your win. Like, they're like, oh, that was an absolute good, that was a great win. Like, I'm not too good yet, but I'm getting better, and I'm just having a lot of fun with this. So thank you. That was a lot of fun, even though I got absolutely beat to shit. And there are replays of it, and it's on YouTube and everything like that. But I really like that, because that's nice, and I like to see that. And they also come in and they also thank, they're like, oh, thank you, Werewolf, for like the awesome cast. Thank you, like, production, all that. I'm like, oh, that's really nice. That's really sweet.
Going above and beyond.
Yeah, just going absolutely above and beyond. And I like to see that as well. Especially in the esports and gaming community. I know that tensions can run high, and especially when you get absolutely pummeled week in, week out, you can get a bit salty, but not Warlock, not my boy. They do not get salty. They just take it on the chin. They find ways to improve, and they're just an absolute battler. And I am proud of them. And yeah, honestly, stop me before I keep talking about Warlock.
Well, no, I've had my fair share of sore losers and bad winners. It's as far back as in school, I was extremely popular, being a member of the chess club, in the chess team for the school.
I was a member of the chess club too.
Oh, well, had we been in the same year group, maybe in another life we've versed. And who would win?
If you were like down on the Gold Coast playing chess tournaments in school, we probably would have been at the same tournaments.
Well, as we learnt, I am a bit older. I've got some grey hairs popping out as I get on. The crow's feet are starting to emerge, but and I'm a bit west. I grew up a bit west of the Gold Coast, so there could have been a chance. It was good, but I did see my fair share of we were taught, the start and the end of the game, shake your hands, say good game, those little things. You don't have to become best buds with them, but at least show that basic common courtesy. But we had some where they couldn't even do that, which has stuck with me my entire life. So seeing the GGs in game, in the Twitch chat, it's always a welcome sight.
Yeah, I have remembered a few times when I was doing the chess tournaments, and there weren't a lot of other girls that were doing those sorts of things, and so they were like,
Oh no!
after I, Warlock, where are you? Warlock
Wolf,
isn't
Wolf,
here.
Wolf! Don't
Warlock
get too upset,
is a
but
no-show.
Warlock, if you can hear us, if you're still around, if you could let someone know,
Warlock,
if you need some time or what's going on,
say something.
that would be
Say
nice. But it
something to
looks
us.
like just looking like we might have to move on to the next one, which is a
Warlock
shame.
is gone. They've been eliminated. They were just here before. Oh no.
Oh dear. We've learned that Agora Yuna has also dipped, unfortunately, as well. Seems some people have maybe double booked themselves this afternoon.
That's a bit. They were also here in the chat here before as well. Perhaps they thought that they had a bit more time, and Agura Yuna and Warlock will be back soon, maybe. But
That's right. In the meantime, we'll work with what we've got. Winners semi-finals. We've got TTTJ and Mason lined up for their match.
Yep, and I am excited for this one, despite my broken heart, and concern for Agura, because they were in the winners semi-final, so they weren't in the losers bracket. So they are. Hopefully, it shall all be sorted out soon. It doesn't matter. Well, it does matter, but right now we are going to talk about TTTJ and Mason, two very, very good players, and who are in our winners semi-final, and they will be versing each other very shortly up on the screen. So hopefully they should have their little butts in. We just saw beneath the sheets of production. They are not in lobby yet, but it's okay, because Corpus and I keep talking about whatever the hell we want. This is our show. We're going to take this broadcast hostage. We're taking it hostage. But yeah, wow. TTTJ and Mason. Now, oh, here we go. All right, so we are going to progress into our next page of what we have on for today, and it is our winners semi-final. So we have Duklin, who is supposed to verse Agura Yuna in our next game, but because Agura Yuna is a no-show or has not confirmed, Duklin has won that bit. Next match is starting very shortly between TTJ and Mason. And quickly, Corpse predictions. Who do you think will win? I think this will be a 1-1, and I think shit. This is shit. I think this is going to be very close. I don't actually know who will win between these two, because Blanca, Honda, two powerhouses, two tanky boys are going to be battling it out. TTJ on the left side has seen that Blanca, Mason as their favorite. Honda, damage coming down, range for TTJ there, but they will not let it go without punishment. We go both players with relatively similar HP, with Mason on the health advantage. Both players waiting for their drive gauge to come back up again as they look for an opening. Blanca seeing that and countering that with a nice overhead move there as Mason does his best to block these moves from TTTJ, throwing them over the shoulder with a nice sumo slam down on them. And another one, but Blanca will see it coming and hit him back up again. Nice. Oh my god! TTJ going the absolute Hulk. Look at the HP left.
What?
On
What a
TTJ
clutch
after that
play.
round. That was so close. Alright, so flip
Oh, and the
in
dodge.
There. Another nice dodge from TDJ on Blanca. Punishes that. Oh my god, okay, Mason not able to get any hits as he is just absolutely stun locked into this corner here over and over again. If this is a KO, if this is going to be a perfect KO, I'm going to scream. Mason unable to get any hits out yet as TDJ taunts with a nice little booty shake drive parry, and it is a perfect KO.
And here I was
Oh
about to
my
say that I think we had an evenly balanced game this time, but TTTJ is aiming to prove me wrong.
As soon as you get stun locked in that corner by any champion, it's hard to get out of that. It is so hard to get out of that, especially between these two players who are so evenly matched. Like, look at the MMR difference between these two. But oh my god, TTJ is getting absolutely obliterated in the corner. Mason is like, you have a taste of your own medicine right now. Sumo slam, another perfect KO. TTTJ and Mason have both scored perfect KOs against each other. This is the final round now of this fight. Who is going to come out on top? They are so evenly matched. It's disgusting. It's crazy.
As we get
Blanca
later
is
in the
going
afternoon, the matches turn into, you don't know which way it's going to go.
Absolutely not. Like, but TTJ will take that first battle win, but gosh, not without getting sent off with a perfect KO from Mason. And Mason will throw him down now. Drive Gauge is looking healthy, but so is Mason. TTJ with the HP disadvantage. Mason trying to rush up on that, but getting missed on that. And Blanca, TDJ will try to do some more damage, but Mason seeing it coming will instead throw his ass into the corner. TDJ with no HP, no drive gauge. Mason just got to do one little bit of damage, but it doesn't matter because TDJ has gone into overdrive. Throwing it down, and he is in burnout. Oh my god! That was crazy! No HP, no drive gauge, just chipping Mason down and able to get that one final hit to secure that round. Just playing him like a fiddle. That was so good from TDJ. And oh gosh, TDJ is just showing their skill off right now by trying to force Mason into that corner. But Mason is going to get themselves out of there and show them how much it sucks to be in their position. As they throw in and spend, and we go into the animation right now. It's going to do one hell of a deal of damage. And TDJ is in burnout, and they are probably going to lose this round, but so is Mason, and that is a KO. Oh my gosh. And here we are, 1-1. We're in our final battle now. We've been having 1-2-1s so much lately. I love this. This
is definitely how I like to see it go.
So wonderfully evenly matched, but TTJ has been taking so much damage on their side, but finally able to get some hits so that Mason can't get in that perfect KO glory. But TTJ needs to be careful because they are running low on HP, trying to get that drive gauge back up to throw some more damage. And Mason low on that and just keeps but throws it back with a nice KO. And we are in our round 2 now. Both players are 1-1. Nice block on that from TTJ. And Mason is going to be spending and throwing TTJ into the corner. These is how all these fights are going to go. Oh my god.
It's like in boxing, as they say, they've got him on the ropes.
Yeah, exactly. My gosh, alright. Both players trying to get their drive gauge back up, and now Mason with the small HP advantage. Footsie's going in here as both players try to find a nice opening to tear into. Some nice blocks coming in from these two right now. Oh, and Mason finds an opening, throws him down, tries to go for the overdrive, but TTJ will take a step back, getting out of his range. This is probably the longest round that we've had so far. But oh my god, Mason is going to make me eat my words and throw them down. Mason will be progressing into and safe for now, but man, that was
another great matchup. TTJ really put in the work there. They really had a shot.
Is in the losers bracket. Damn. Like I just know that TTJ is just gonna come out on top in the losers bracket, to be honest, because they are such a good player. They're such a good game. Like those games, those rounds were just so evenly matched. Like how was that back-to-back perfect KO on both ends right there before in that first battle?
Yes, you love to see it. Well, not too much.
I haven't seen that before, that back-to-back, but we'll be seeing it again very shortly with our replays brought to you by Ace Gamer Apparel, TTTJ, and Mason. Oh, how did that grapple miss? That was, oh my god! But that moment there with both players in that first battle, that first round, where they were both so low. Oh gosh, it really just came down to that in so many fights. To be honest, these players are just really just so well matched.
Oh. Here we see again, a lot of these just stuck in the corner plays. Bit rough, but it was from both sides.
Yeah, so it wasn't an absolute thrashing from one end to the other. Like they were both well matched against each other, to be honest. And that was wonderful to watch. That was exciting. To watch. And whenever I couldn't even finish what I was saying before something else happened. Except for that last round there where both players were like, oh, okay, well, this is it. This is kind of like the decider of who progresses into like the winner's route and who goes down into the losers bracket. So that last round there was played a bit more cautiously between those two, but we have our losers round 3 coming up very shortly on our screens. Corpse, who will we be seeing on our screen again? Your favorite?
Well, we're not quite done with TTTJ yet. And yes, my favorite, the favorite of the day, Professor, will be doing battling with him in the losers round 3 before we move on to the finals.
Yes. Oh gosh. All right, so predictions, Corp. So I already know that you're going to go for Professor, but how do you think these rounds are going to go off? Do you think it's going to be a 1v1, or do you think this is going to be a 2-0?
Well, I feel as we progress through the afternoon and we get to the best of the best, I think we're going to see more of that, and I think it's going to get even better. So I think we're going to be in for a treat as we head into the next match: TTJ versus Professor.
Yep, I do think that this is going to be a 1-2-1 as well. I think this is going to be very close. I think this is going to be a huge tug of war because TDJ and Professor are just two very, very good. I say that about everyone, but I genuinely mean it. I think everyone here is really good, and we have our powerhouse. Take you boys up on the screen. Nope, not Lilium and Duplin. It is going to be TTJ and Professor, with TTJ on their favorite Blanca and Professor on their favorite Zengief, and we're going to see a lot of early damage and aggression coming up between these two. Professor with the HP advantage, but TTJ is not going to let that come off very easily at all. No, they're going to try and make that as even as they can. Oh my gosh, and this is just... Oh my god, Blanca turning around that. Point. And he spent, TTJ spent Drive Gauge empty and Burnout now, but it doesn't matter because that round is over. And we are in our round 2 now between TTJ and Professor. Tries to find an opening there.
What a
but
strong
gets
start to
punished
this one.
severely. Oh my god, TTTJ is just not letting up on this damage, and Professor is trying their best to block what they can, but they cannot get a hit in at all. TJ is just going between grapples, between hits, and oh gosh, no, not like this. Oh, thank God, I read it. Oh my God, Professor's just gonna throw in another one. And is he gonna get another one in? Can he get another one in? Flank up blocks that, tries to throw the mid range, gets blocked, and there is so little HP to be played with.
No.
Oh my God, TJ seeing that overhead coming in, puts a foot out to the face, and that just does enough damage to win that. TTJ on 1 now. Professor having to fight this. Oh, and the nice block on that, getting that in. Oh, but TJ puts a nice block on that as well. Oh, we are actually in our round. Yeah, okay, yeah, cool. It took a second to go up on the screens, but yes, TJ has won that first battle, and we're in our second battle now, round 1. Oh, and who's going to come out on top on this? And it is Professor with the slam down, drive gauge and health bar low, in burnout now for TTJ. Professor is not letting their opponent get away so smoothly.
Professor's back in it.
And we are round 2 now of our second battle with Professor. Just taking back momentum, taking back power, just trying their best to stop TTJ from snowballing. Because once you let TTJ snowball, they will turn into an avalanche. And here we go. Who comes out on top on this? And it is TTJ, but Professor will turn it back around on him. But damn, TTJ does the same thing to them. It is just a tug of war between powerful these two. Both players have pretty much the exact same HP, but Professor is taking the full brunt of this, and this will be... I'm not spoken too soon. It should be around win, but no, Professor's just gonna keep fucking back. They are just... No, oh my God, are they going to take this round? I've nearly written off Professor. I have nearly written off Professor. And I will not make that
He's still got some gas in the tank.
And here we are, 1-1 in our final battle in our first round between these two powerhouses. Oh my gosh, Professor, I will not write you off so early again. That is my mistake. Here we go. Professor and TTJ with some beautiful early aggression between their opponents, but it is just evenly matched between these two. It is just a give and take of the HP over and over again. And oh my gosh, but Professor is coming out a little bit on top on this drive gate empty in burnout now, but he's going to throw his opponent down on the ground. TTJ is going to try to fend off what they can and chip that HP bar down, and they do! Oh my God, that was so close. We're in our round 2 now. This is too close. Nice block, a reversal coming in from Professor, throwing him down again, punishing TTJ for that. Not letting them take any bit of damage, blocking what they can. Professor looking to try and get that perfect KO, as we all would and should. Drive gauge empty now in burnout, throwing TTJ down again. Quarter HP down, and he manages to get that off again. Can he get the perfect KO? Professor! Holy shit, we are 1-1 now. 1-1 in battles and 1-1 in rounds. This is the final between these two. TTJ and Professor Blanca will spend early throwing it down. Professor unable to block that. Coming off the back of a perfect KO, but they're getting hunched up in this corner right now, trying to fend what they can. TTJ with their HP advantage, both players low on drive gauge. Empty now in burnout for TTJ. Professor trying to put a bit more into this fight, as TTJ is in burnout, doing what they can in burnout now as well. TTJ sees an opening and goes for it. Oh, but Professor spins and throws it down, but he whiffs it and he cannot get that. And that is... Oh my God. No.
Wow. That was another one. Truly, it could have gone either way.
Oh my gosh.
Professor was really pulling out all the stops, but TTTJ just... Congratulations. Well played.
That was incredible. That was insane. Like, Professor just rolling, just getting that perfect KO onto TTJ. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful, perfect KO. And then rolling off the back of that into a loss in that final round. But it was so close. And I feel like, except for that perfect KO round, every single round. But that's just you catch them off and then you just keep throwing them into a stun lock. You keep throwing their ass into a corner. But this was all right. Ace Gamer Power Replays coming up very shortly as I try to gather my thoughts, my everything on that game just there. Corbs. That was beautiful. That was everything that we hoped for and more.
It was truly another battle of the Titans. Should give us a good indicator that we're in for some really good treats when we get to the grand finals later this afternoon with more of that.
Wow. That was just beautiful. That was just beautiful. Like, this perfect KO by Professor was just gorgeous. Especially up against a player like TTTJ. Oh my gosh. I was surprised at that too. But what a great match. What a great bloody match.
TTTJ did fantastically, but Professor should still feel really, really good about that. And thanks for putting on a hell of a show, guys. Awesome stuff.
Like, every time I see Professor up on the screens, they just blow me away even more. And same goes for TTTJ as well. Like, every time I see these two, every time I see any of them here at ESC battling it out in our Street Fighter 6 games, I just grow more and more respect for them and more fear as well. But they just keep getting better and better and better. But our next match, Corbs,
it'll be great. So TTTJ gets a moment to chill out as they'll be versing Lilium later on in the losers round 4. But up next is the winners final. We get to see Duklin again after having a break with the Guru unit having a no-show, going up against Mason. So it's going to be a hell of a match.
Oh, it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful match between Duklin and Mason. And Mason is one of the people I did say before, as well as TTTJ and Professor, who could really make Duklin sweat. And hopefully we see some of that very shortly. But okay, predictions, Corpse. Duklin or Mason, how do you think this is going to go? Do you think it's going to be another 1-1?
Well, Duklin and Mason have both shown a lot of really great skills for me as as someone that's pretty new to the Street Fighter series. So of course Duklin's got the advantage if they're going to be playing with that character again, the ranged attacks, the trickery with the magic. But if Mason can keep the aggression on and get in his face, it should be an even bout. But I don't know which way it's going to go.
Yeah, me neither, to be honest. I do think that Duklin is going to pick their bread and butter champ there, which will be JP. And Mason is probably going to... Mason played... we're going to see very shortly. E-Honda, that's it. Another one of the big boys. And we have Mason on the right side of our screen and Duklin on our left side. Starting off slow as both players. Try to get a gauge on the other and try to find an opening. Mason tries to rush for one, but Duklin sees it coming with a nice block. I think it's safe a bit here. Trying to find a mistake, an opening, somewhere where they can just squeeze through and tear open. Oh, and But Duklin sees it coming with some nice blocks, and Mason's going to use that corner to his advantage and just slam over again. Mason in burnout now. Duklin with no HP, no drive gauge, but he is going to keep Mason at a safe range while he gets his drive gauge back up. And
he's
Mason
got to move.
is going to. But he gets countered and punished by Duklin, who is going to spend as well and throws Mason back down. And that is a round KO, but it is a close round.
My God, I thought Mason had that one.
Mason starting off with some very early damage and aggression that Duklin did not anticipate, because they have not been able to do much except for now some nice drive parries coming in. Duklin is going to go for a nice turnaround there, but he turns that back around, punishes Mason, and he's going to throw down more damage. Following it up, Mason cannot do anything as he is stun blocked up against that wall there. Puts in some blocks there, tries to get around some nice blocks there, but HP disadvantage. Duklin saw it coming. Duklin seen it. Oh my God! And that is a win for Duklin. That is the first battle done in this match, 1-0. And we are in our first round of our second battle. Now, Mason trying to find some weakness, some opening, but Duklin's just too good. Countering
Mason's
and blocking
and opportunities to get back in there, but Duklin's just countering everything.
Oh my gosh. Duklin's just too damn good. Even with the JP nerfs from the last patch, Duklin just plays it like it doesn't even matter. And he's going to get a perfect KO on Mason on that. We are in our round 2 of our second battle of this match between Duklin and Mason. It is not looking good for Mason right now. Duklin is just incredible. Absolutely incredible.
You want to stay away from Duklin, but you don't want to get close either by the looks of it.
Even just in that last pounce there from Mason, Duklin saw it coming, just moved in parallel out of the way. It was beautiful. Like, Duklin, man. And he just keeps. Is this going to be another perfect KO? Is this going to be another perfect KO for Duklin back to back up against Mason? Oh no, but Mason fires up with a bit of damage. Drive gauge empty. In burnout now. Mason is not looking good for them at all, but they are still here. They are still in this fight, and I will not write Mason off yet too soon, too quickly. Trying to get their drive gauge back up, but they are in burnout, just taking too much damage from Duklin, and that is going to be a KO. And that is Duklin reigns supreme against Mason, a competitor fighter who I did say I thought could make Duklin sweat, but judging from what we just saw, which I know that we'll see very soon in slow motion in our replays, but if you just look at that in slow motion, oh my gosh,
it's terrifying stuff.
I do not have enough words in my vocabulary to explain how good I think Duklin is at this game, because every single move that Mason was making, Duklin seen it and thought 2 steps ahead, and just look at this. Beautiful.
I agree. He just feels like he's 1 step ahead, and very good at anticipating, very adaptable.
I need to watch all of Duklin's games again in slow-mo, because when you really get down into those games, like, I'm not going to get down into it. I'm going to scream and cry and I'm going to be fearful of Duklin once again because Duklin will be progressing into the grand final, I believe. Duklin. This is, it's all expected, but Duklin is in the grand final. But Mason will be in the losers bracket, but we will see them again. They still have another shot at knocking Duklin off the throne because Duklin is our back-to-back Esports Championship Street Fighter 6 champion. They are undefeated, absolutely undefeated.
Well, Duklin waits at the grand finals, like the end boss of a fighting game, waiting, biding their time. No pressure.
If I had Duklin as my end boss right before the finish line, I'd see Duklin looming up there, and I'd be like, yeah, this is gonna be fun. Like, I know I'm gonna get thrashed, but this has been fun. I get my runner-up money, I'm chill. This is good. But we have our next match starting very shortly.
We've got Lilium and TTTJ back in the saddle.
Yes. Oh, I'm keen to see these two. Have I seen these two versus each other yet? I don't believe I have, actually, but I probably have because the competitive pool have been small, but there could be a chance that in the entire Esports Championship Season 1 history that TTJ and Lilium have not versed each other before. I believe they actually have. I'm very wrong. But it doesn't matter because we are going to see them again right now with TTTJ on their bread and butter pick. Blanca and Lilium taking Chun-Li out for a spin once again. Ooh, some early damage and aggression from Lilium on our left side of our screen there. Pushing Blanca into the corner, but TTJ will say, no, I do not belong here. And they're going to put more damage down range to try and make the health bars a little bit more even. Lilium's going to be try and replenish that drive gauge, but TTJ is not letting up at all. Back-to-back damage. One by one, health bar chipping away, and Lilium will lose that first round. And here we go again, both players trying to... Starting off quite nice with some early aggression. They try to find a bit of an opening in Chun-Li. Lilium seems to have found one, putting TTTJ up against the corner, throwing them back in again. You will not escape my grasp, but Lilium is in burnout now. TTTJ doesn't have a lot of HP, but has a bit of drive gauge work, but it doesn't matter. In these games, HP is everything. It is the final round now. Who is going to breathe a little bit easier? Oh, wait. Yeah. Oh, here we go. TTJ is going to spend and throw Lilium into the corner. Lilium doesn't have a lot of drive gauge now, spending what they can to get out of that in a burnout now, but they will spend. And we go into the animation of that, and TTJ will go down to a quarter damage, and Lilium is not letting up to get TTJ have a single breath of air. Lilium still in burnout. TTJ with not a lot of drive gauge left to play with it. Lilium, the HP advantage and drive gauge advantage will take that. And
what TTJ had that one, but Lilium's bringing it back.
Yep, Lilium 1-0 up against TTJ as we go into the first round of our second battle here in our best of 3 in our losers 4 game right now. TTJ just absolutely back to back, just throwing it down on Lilium. Lilium with a lot of drive gauge, a lot of HP, just trying to survive this onslaught from TTJ, but they will not. The wall stun coming in, drive parry does not matter because TTJ will take that round. Here we go. TTJ going in, getting grappled and thrown down by Lilium, who'll follow that up, but TJ will block that, moving themselves away from the wall into the center of the screen, but keeps getting put back into the wall by Lilium and punished over and over again, and Lilium is going to spend, and it is going to be an absolute killer and KO for TTJ. That was just too easy for Lilium for that.
Right,
and this is the final round. This is the final round now. TTJ has to win this, or they will be eliminated. TTJ now throwing in such beautiful early aggression and damage, but Lillian coming in with a punish counter. Overdrive with that. TTJ with some nice blocks coming in. Drive gauge empty now and then burnout, but Lillian, not a lot of HP or drive gauge to work with either. TTJ is just putting in an onslaught of attacks for Lillian. Says, how do you like it up against the wall now? And here we go. Both players in burnout now. HP looking even, and this is it. This is the final stretch between these two. Who will go home? Who will progress into the next round? TJ.
Here he comes.
Bends, but Lilium is blocking, but the wall stun will get them, and it is a KO, and TTJ will last out for another battle. We are 1-1 now between these two. And here we go. I've just heard a Discord ping. Chun-Li putting in some beautiful early damage. Right gauge low, but it will be replenishing soon enough as TTJ starts to put some more damage down range. Hoping to make that HP bar more even. Lilium, drive gauge empty now. TTJ has a lot more to work with. Punish counter coming in, following it up with a nice bit of Blanca damage. Unable to really do much against this. Some blocks coming in from Lilium. But it doesn't matter because you cannot block against that when you are up against the wall. And Lilium will fall down as TJ takes that round. And we are in round 2 of our last battle between these guys. 1-1 right now. And Blanca, TTJ is just throwing Lilium up against the wall. But Lilium's not going down without a fight. Drive gauge low for TTJ, but HP advantage there so they can breathe a little bit easier than Lilium right now, who is doing their best to fend off these attacks, but it is not. And that is it, folks, ladies and champions, ladies and gentlemen, my dear co-host, co-caster, Corbs. How was that?
Well, I really felt like Lilium had it, but TTJ just dug deep and just followed through and just didn't let up at the end there. But
no.
Yeah, damn shit. But great game though. Another great one. Just feel real bad for Lilium. Lilium put in a hell of an effort.
Definitely. Lilium. Oh gosh, it has been awesome to see you every week on here. On your Chun-Li, just destroying people, but that was, you did not get destroyed in that last fight. I tell you what, because that was good. That was, I really thought you were going to win that as well. If anything, because you had such a beautiful advantage on that bit. TJ just come back with a will, a force, a power. They were like, I am not going home right now. I am progressing. And we will go into our losers final very shortly. I believe that we will go into our losers final, and then we'll go into a break for our grand final, where we'll see Duklin right there at the end for our finish line. But we have one more match in our losers, I believe. Our losers round 4. And that will be...
TTJ, don't put that controller down. Gone up against Mason in the losers finals.
Oh, that's right. We see TTJ again. Man, TTJ has just had this is their 3rd back-to-back game right now. Like, we have been seeing them on the screens a lot. Yeah, damn, TTJ has just been fighting and battling it out for the past 10 minutes. Just oh my gosh.
Stay strong.
But they are
hold it together.
They do not look like they are faltering. They do not look like the tension, the intensity, the everything is getting to them at all, because we will see them very shortly on our screens as both players get ready to get into the match. TTJ and Mason. Corpse, how do you think this is going to go? Who are you back?
It's just, as it goes on, it gets harder and harder because. But I'm putting it's again. We've got Mason in TTTJ, of course, you got TTTJ as Blanca, who he's a big boy, but he's quite fast. You know, this is me going off my limited knowledge of Street Fighter 6. But then Mason's really bringing the punches and the weight. So I just feel like I think we're going to see a lot more of Mason doing that signature move, bringing down the weight from above onto TTJ's head. But if TTJ can keep the pressure on and get electrified, keep up the momentum, it might be all right. But I don't know. I don't know how I want to see it. I think I'd like to see TTJ go through. I think, to be honest.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go against you. I'm gonna go for Mason. I do love TTJ on Blanca on his Blanca pick, but I also do really like seeing Mason on his E Honda pick. Maybe we'll see them go up against each other again in another fight up against the Titans, more Titan battles, and we will see that again. TTJ on the right hand side of your screen playing as Blanca, and Mason as E Honda on the left hand side. And we have our losers finals right now, which is a best of 3 between these two, winner of which will be progressing into the grand final to verse Duklin. Loser will be going home. Well, they're already home, but you know what I mean. Starting off a bit slow here because it really is it a test battle between these two right now, because this is a game between, do I win $60 or do I go home with nothing? And Mason is going to be blocking off as many as TTJ's attacks as he can. Both players look at each other deeply in the eyes there for half a second as they both contemplate their moves. But this is quite evenly matched between these two, really. They're just trading hits back and forth. Drive gauges are looking relatively healthy and the same between these two. Blanca managing to get Mason into the corner, but TTTJ is going to get a KO on that. And that is just a turnaround. I wasn't expecting that. I was about to talk about something else. TJ winning that first round up against Mason.
That was very. I did not see that coming. That move. I haven't seen that move before.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. All right. These two looking at each other, trying to find a little bit of an opening as a bit of footsies comes through. Drive gauges looking nice and full now, so we should be seeing some aggression coming through between these two. Looking for a mistake now, and Mason finds it, slaps down TTJ. Blanca, you will not be going up over my head to get out of this wall. I am going to get you. But TTJ is going to come out on top on this right now. Both players similar HP bars, and this is just going to be another tug of war between these two, and both of them bend right now, but Mason will come out on top on this as we go into the animation of this. Is this going to be? This is a KO! And we are 1-1 right now. This is our final round. In our first battle, we are 1-1 right now. Oh, this is 1-0. No, they're wrong. I am right. We are 1-1 right now. We are in our last round in our first battle between these two. They are just so evenly matched, it's stupid. Like, even the drive gauges are the same most of the game. It's silly. It's absolutely silly, but TTJ has not had a shred of damage onto their side. Yes, they're looking for a perfect KO up against Mason right now. Mason just getting absolutely stun locked in that wall as TTJ over and over again is just getting those hits in that damage down range. And Mason cannot do a damn thing. Cannot do a single thing. Manages to get the throw escape on that. But HP bar is going to betray Mason. One little bit of chip damage from Blanca. And it is a KO.
Damn.
And we are. TTJ will be 1-0 right now in this best of 3. We are in the first round of our second battle between these two in our best of 3, and our losers finals between TTJ and Mason. Mason taking a brunt of the damage from TTJ here, but not without returning it. Blanca sees that coming, throws up into the air to dodge that move and punish it with a nice onslaught of damage. Mason is trying to block what they can, but it is not enough. Once as you let TTJ get that momentum going, they will not stop until you are dead. And we are in our round 2 now of our second battle in our best of 3. Chopped down from Mason, seeing Blanca, seeing TTJ's early. And oh, here we go. Drive gauge is running low for Mason, but he has the HP advantage. But TTJ says, not for much longer. I'm trying my best, but Mason throws him in with some nice moves. The TTJ is just running out of HP to play with. Mason now in burnout, but it doesn't matter. 2 hits, TTJ is gone. Are we in our final round now? 1-1 in this round. 0-1 in our battles. Mason needs to get this under their belt, or they will be coming in third and going home. Oh god, TTJ throwing in some nice hits there, but not without a follow-up from Mason, as a tug-of-war between these guys just come out. Mason on the low end of the HP, and they are going to get KO'd, and that is it. Ladies, gentlemen, folks. That is our losers of final. We're nearly at the end, Corpse. We're nearly there.
Well, I'd be lying if I didn't say that's kind of how I would hope it would go, because I feel like having TTTJ's Blanca going up against Duklin, I feel like is going to be a hell of a round. So that's kind of how I wanted to go. But Mason, a fantastic effort all the same. That was, again, another match where we weren't quite sure how it was going to go. Some excellent plays, but that's just how it goes sometimes. GG's.
It's just one hell of a player, one hell of a champion. And thank you so much, Mason, for participating again, for signing up and just joining in and taking a chance on us. And we really appreciate that. Like, it is always, especially with online tournaments, and especially with the format that we had going on, it's crazy, as intense, it is competitive, it is definitely something for the spectator. But thank you so much for taking a chance on us, and you've come third, but you have done so well. And gosh, I mean, so much of these competitors and these players and fighters that we have seen have just become favorites for us, Corpse. And
it's good. And as time goes on, there'll be even more, which would be great to see. Some real characters out there. But before we move on to the next one, let's take a look back at what we've the carnage we just witnessed.
Oh, yes. Let's get into that as I quickly powder my nose for this final battle between Duklin and TTTJ. But oh my god, it was just such a back and forth between these absolute tank powerhouses. And I mean, oh gosh, but the best of the best have come out on top between these two. But they are just so evenly matched. Like, even before, when we saw them, they just had 2 perfect carries, one after the other, on each other. That was that was crazy. That was awesome. That was beautiful. And they are just so evenly, as I say, I keep saying this a lot, but I feel like a lot of the players that we've seen today have been matched very well up against their counterparts. In the earlier games, not so much, but as it's sort of like seeded and trickled down, we've been seeing a lot of really good matchups and entertaining games between these fighters. But thank you again very, very much, Mason. It was lovely to see you. I hope you had a great time in our Season 1 of our Street Fighter 6. But goodbye, my friend. It was good to see you. But we are on to our final game of the season of our Street Fighter 6 season, our very first season of ESC in Street Fighter 6. Like, I'm excited. Like, this past, I was about to say 4 weeks, but this past 8 weeks has been a journey. But yeah, so we have our lineup recap, which will be coming up on the screen shortly, so you can sort of see what has been going on. So, would you like to do the honors, Corpse, actually?
Well, yeah, in the winners' final, Duklin just staying strong, 2-0 to Mason. And then the losers round 4, it was a bit more evenly matched. Lilium holding on with 1 point, but TTTJ getting out ahead on 2 points. Then into the losers' final, it was Mason doing the best they could. Now, wasn't it 2-1 or is that correct? It was 0-2.
No, it was there was a little bit of a problem just with the scoreboard on the screen. It was a 2-0. It was a 2-0.
So it was a 2-0. Well, yeah,
Yes.
TTTJ, sort of mirroring how Duklin handled Mason earlier, also 2-0.
Oh, yeah.
So then it's very fitting that the two players going 2-0 in this last handful of matches will be going head-to-head in the championship final. Duklin versus TTTJ to wrap up today's
and
game.
But before we get into the final, we will have an Ace Gamer Apparel sponsored break because my throat hurts and I'm gonna go take a Strepsil or something. I'm gonna fill up my tea. I've been drinking oolong tea this whole time.
More tea.
In the breaks that I've had. So whenever Corb's been talking, I'm like, or like even just on screen, I've just been drinking. I'm just drinking my fucking tea. So if you guys have seen that and it looks unprofessional, deal with it.
Hydration is important. Look after yourselves.
Thirsty and my throat hurts, but I'm not going to keep dabbling on because I have a lot more of that to do. We are going to go for a break, but we'll be back shortly with our final game of our Street Fighter 6 season, our grand final between Duklin and TTJ. We'll be back soon. Good afternoon and welcome back to the Esports Championship. I will say that again. The Esports Championship Street Fighter 6 Season Final Championship Grand Final that we have right now. You have waited so patiently after the break, but we are here now. Myself and Corbs on your screens, ready to give you what you have all been waiting for, the final showdown between TTTJ and Duklin. Oh, and
It all comes down to this. No pressure.
No pressure at all. Either way, both of these players are going to be leaving these games today with money in their pockets, whether it's going to be $60 or $170. Either way, it's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn juicy for a bit of Saturday gaming, to be honest. But I am very excited for this matchup, honestly, because this is the second time that TTTJ and Duklin has faced each other in a grand final. So this is going to be good.
Who won last time?
Well, Duklin has been the just every single qualifier in our last 3 qualifiers. Duklin has won every single one. So if Duklin actually wins this one, they are going to be the first ever person that we have had, and probably, unless they sign up for the next season, the only person that will having a perfect run of a season in the Esports Championship history. So if Duklin wins this one, they would have won every single qualifier, and this one, just a perfect all-around champion. But I am hoping that TTJ in this final face-off is going to take Duklin for a spin, and hopefully we get a nice
pull the rug out from under his feet.
Yeah, get a nice little upset, and TTJ will be maybe crowned the Esports Championship Season 1 Street Fighter 6 champion. That'd be pretty good, to be honest. Like, everyone is expecting Duklin to win, but that's fine too, because Duklin is an absolute powerhouse in their own right, not only in our tournament, but in many tournaments across the region. They are very well known in the scene for their skill. So this is going to be a fight. So TTJ is going to be our underdog here in our best of 3. So it is going to be a best of 3 for this grand final championship. But if TTTJ, because they are hailing from the losers bracket, they will have to beat Duklin twice in order to be crowned champion. Yes.
Don't want to make it too easy, eh?
TTJ will have to beat Duklin in this grand final and in the next. So, like, the next best of 3 that we'll have after if they win against Duklin on this one that we have coming up right now. Yeah. That makes sense. Did I make sense?
No, that makes sense. So they do one first, right? And if Duklin gets it, we're done. Call it a day. It's been a good one. We all go get on with our lives. But if TTTJ wins that matchup, we reset it and they go again because we got to be sure.
Oh yeah, we're running it back
TTTJ's
again. We're running it back again. Yeah, exactly. Because it's like, I mean, Duklin is just too good. So TTJ, if you're gonna try, if you want to win this, you're gonna have to beat Duklin like 6 times. So in 6 rounds, you're gonna have to beat Duklin over 6 rounds. But like, as I said, this is how we run it in Esports Championship. We like to make the games intense. We like to make them competitive. We like to make our fighters sweat. It is a all for nothing, high stakes, money where your mouth is tournament. We're not here to give you the analytical rundown. We're not going to be here to appeal to the nerdy and technical side of you from the video games that you love. That is not what we do here. We are just creating entertainment for spectators, for the competitors. We are trying to bring eyes and a spotlight onto areas of Australian grassroots esports that we think deserves to be seen, deserves to be heard, and deserves to be invested in. And these players, every single one of them that has come on our screens during this 8 weeks of Street Fighter 6, they all deserve to be seen and heard. And they need, like,
taking the time out of their Saturdays for so many weeks is really appreciated. And I'd be willing to bet there's at least some people watching right now that are, going to catch up on the VODs later on that have never watched a Street Fighter comp before and they've never seen it. They might not have never heard of Street Fighter before, which is great.
I've seen a Street Fighter before in the valley on a night out.
I have too, and it's a little scary. When I saw one, it wasn't even 8 p.m. yet. No, and I don't think you're allowed to use bricks.
But honestly, there's not a lot of hype in street fights like that. But I tell you what, there is a hype in this street fight that we have coming up very shortly. Both players are in game. Both players are in the lobby, butts are seated, ready to play it out for this title. Is it Duklin that is going to be winning and reigning as our back-to-back esports championship champion? Are they going to run undefeated this entire season, or is TTJ going to take him out for a spin with a double upset? Who knows? We have yet to find out, but we are going in very shortly. But Corpse, before we get in, what is your prediction? What is your prediction?
TTJ, I'd like to see the upset. I love a little bit of drama. I love a twist. I reckon it'll be exciting. But at the end of the day, I just want a nice, clean, fun game to watch. And here we go.
Yes, sir. And here we go with Duklin on the left side of our screens, bringing back out the old man JP with TJ taking out Blanca out for a spin again. To watch these two champions start to battle it out in our grand finals of our Street Fighter 6 season. Duklin starting off with some early long-range attacks, making sure that TJ does not get close enough to put any worthwhile damage onto him. But TJ does find a small opening and follows that up nicely, taking a bit of caution there, because they know exactly how Duklin plays, how they run the machine. That is Duklin. The absolute machine. TTJ playing a bit more safe, but finds another opening and tears it wide open with a nice HP advantage onto Duklin, but Duklin will run it back out onto them, putting them at a nice arm's length, safe away from the Blanca. TTJ is going to try and tank these hits. Oh, with a nice low hit coming in, but Duklin will shield off the rest of the attacks from TTJ. TTJ spends, but
is this it?
Duklin
No!
With a punish counter. Both players similar HP and low on drive gauge. Duklin dodging that overdrive hit from TTJ, and it is over for TTJ in this
Come on!
round. Oh, but with the drive
He's
carry
holding
coming in.
on!
Oh my
Oh!
god! Yes! TTJ! Oh my
The
god!
clutch of clutches!
The clutch of clutches! TTJ and Jazz are taking that first round against Duklin. Never before seen TTJ make the boy sweat. Huge HP advantage onto Duklin right now as he putting him up against the wall, but Duklin has managed to find a bit of space there, but I spoke him way too soon. TTJ is just throwing him back and forth.
Here we go!
In a nice move. It's going to be a perfect KO against Duklin. TTJ back-to-back with 2 round wins against Duklin. And he is safe for now. 0-1 TTJ. We are in our second battle now of our match. Duklin.
He is the chosen one.
Never dropped before, but he has now. TTJ is just firing off. Duklin unable to get another hit in yet, and the wall stun gets him down. He goes into burnout. TJ is going to take every advantage he can right now, and it is going to be another back-to-back perfect KO for TTJ. Unbelievable. This hasn't happened before against Duklin. This is, oh my god. Oh my god,
wow.
Corpse cover for me. I got a drink.
Drink that tea, stay high. It's happening, folks.
All right,
We've been
my
watching
voice is
Duklin
nearly
play
gone.
with his food all day.
Right.
But TTJ
Right.
is proving, got what it takes.
Oh, but not right now. Duklin has woken up out of his slumber. The sleeping giant is well and truly awake now with a nice HP advantage up against TTJ, who has just rolled off the back of 2 perfect KOs against Duklin, which has never been done before. But can he follow it back up with another round win against Duklin? Can he do it? Duklin throws his ass up against the wall again with a KO, but that was close. We are in a final round now, 1-1. TTJ wins.
That's right, a bit of back and forth's okay.
He will just have to win one more final round to take out Duklin as the champion of our series. Duklin now trying to keep TTJ at arm's length, but TTJ sees it. He sees it, tries to go in for an overhead, and he spends and tries to go in, but Duklin will block that and spend as well. But TTJ with his drive parry, trying to offset as much damage as he can and follow it up. And he does so. And we have a nice little stun coming in, but Duklin will wake up. He is an overdrive. Come on! Burnout now, but TTJ will spend.
Yes!
Duklin in burnout and done, and another KO! TTJ will win this match. Oh my god! Duklin has lost a match, everyone!
Yes!
Oh my god!
Oh, well played by Duklin, but my god, that was exhilarating!
TTJ! Oh my god! Alright, my voice is gone. My voice is on its way out now. Oh my god! You guys saw that, right?
So proud of that.
You guys saw
what a
that!
success story.
Now, for those who don't know, Duklin is our back-to-back 3-time champion in Esports Championship Street Fighter 6 in this season, and they were pining to get that win just now, and they probably still can. To be honest, but that is the first time Duklin has lost a match. The first time, but match is on again, and we won't go through to the replays because it doesn't matter, because we are in right now. TTJ up against Duklin. TTJ just needs to win this match now to take out Duklin and win this championship. Starting off with some beautiful early aggression from TTJ. Just absolutely momentum behind TTJ right now. And Duklin is sweating, but he doesn't look like it because Duklin is very good. We have a nice similar HP between the two right now. Duklin is spending what he can to get as much HP over TTJ as he can. He is not taking any chances right now. Drive gauges are replenishing as both players wait around for that, trying to look for a little opening TJ tries to find one, but Duklin does not make the same mistake twice, blocking that out again and keeping TTJ at arm's length. Drive parry comes through. He sees an opening, and he will try to follow that up. But Duklin already has the block and drive parry ready, and he will... Oh my god, TJ manages... No! And TJ will lose that first round. But it is not over yet, folks. We are still in the fight. TTJ is still in the fight, hoping to get a second upset against Duklin. The players looking for an opening now. Some mistakes to be made, but Duklin is a formidable wall up against TTJ now. He knows his tricks. He knows what is going on. Oh, we have the counter hit with the force knockdown coming in, but TJ cannot follow up with that. Some nice drive parries coming in to block those moves. Duklin with the HP advantage. No! TTJ cannot get close. Tries to with that move there, but Duklin will block that and see it coming. Oh my gosh, and another punish coming in, and Duklin will spend throwing that in, but drive parry will come out from TTJ as he tries his best to defend this, but it will be a KO. And Duklin will win that round, will win that battle. Wait, no. This is our last one. Yeah, this is, sorry, correction. This is our last round, right? No. I was right. Duklin is 1-0 up against TTJ. Seems like that very first game was really just a taster for Duklin to see what TTJ had in his arsenal. But TTJ is coming out now with a lot of early aggression and damage, and Duklin taking a KO onto that. But it is round 2, and Duklin has shown us that they are simply a cat playing with their mouths, seeing how the prey moves and uses their stuff, and they will find a way to counter that over and over again. TTJ trying to find an opening into Duklin to try and get closer and to put up some more damage. Nice parries coming in from TTJ, seeing that teleport coming in.
Yes!
Healthy drive gauge now, and he will spam, but does Duklin see? He does not, and he follows that up with some beautiful damage, trying to get that stun in. Throws out some moves. Hopefully that, nope, Duklin will dodge it, throws him back into the wall. Some parries coming in from TJ, and he does manage to drive parry this one as well, but the HP will be going down, and it looks like Duklin is keen to finish off his meal. But TJ is not letting that happen too soon. And he comes in with the reversal. And he falls out with some nice damage, and he does 2 more hits. Yes! And Duklin is down. Yes! Here we go. We are, oh my god.
My heart stopped.
1-2-1 right now. Folks who are watching, this is insane. 1-2-1 right now between Duklin and TTJ. Oh my god, I'm sweating. I'm sitting up on my seat. Some nice drive parries coming in from TTJ, but he cannot block these ones. Duklin with the HP advantage, but it will not be a perfect KO for him. Not today, not against TTJ, who is, oh my god, off the back of his past wins. Such momentum, such fight coming in from TTJ. Both players so evenly matched right now in terms of HP and drive gauge. Oh my god, this is... Alright, TTJ managing to block those nice hits off from him, and he manages to whiff that and blocks it. Follows up with the block. Oh my god, TTJ! Oh my god, that was beautiful. If he can follow that up with that momentum and snowball, he can take this out. He can take out Duklin, and he dodges that overdrive move from Duklin and follows up with one of his own as well. And Duklin cannot block this. He cannot up against the wall. He is left to fate of the RNG god. Blocks off what he can.
Out of the corner.
TTJ's onslaught of damage onto him. But Duklin hasn't been able to get any damage off onto TJ until now. I've spoken too soon.
It's alright.
TJ has moved in and found an opening, and he will rip it open. But Duklin will do his best to defend TJ in burnout now. Duklin will defend, but parry will come in from TJ. There's not a lot of HP left. Duklin is going to try and defend his title. He is going to try and defend it, but at all costs, really, TJ still in burnout, doing what he can. Do not make any mistakes right now. Drive gauge is full to TTJ, but both players are low HP. Duklin is a formidable wall TJ cannot get in. They must play careful.
No! Come on.
This is... Oh, no! Duklin with the KO! And this is it!
This is it!
Final
It's down to the
round!
wire!
Oh my god! Oh my god, this is I've never seen anything like this before in Esports Championship history. I've never casted a game like this. I've never seen this before. This is insane. Alright. Duklin coming in for some damage here, but gets carried off by TTJ, who throws him a nice punish counter. Bet whiffs that move, not trying to get too close.
Yes!
Both players are low on drive gauge, but
Keep it going.
similar HP, but TTJ will stun you against the wall, and he will spend both players in burnout right now, but it does not stop TTJ's onslaught of punches and stuns against Duklin, and that is it! Ladies and gentlemen and folks, Street Fighter 6 fans, what you have just witnessed is a first in Esports Championship history, and I think a first in Duklin's history, judging from their track record, because they are one hell of a stellar player. But Duklin has come runner-up for the first time in Esports Championship history. TTTJ has won in a double upset. Two best of threes back-to-back against Duklin, and they have won. They are now the Esports Championship Season 1 Street Fighter 6 champion against Duklin.
The odds were stacked against, but persevered. Did it anyway.
I cannot believe that. Like, I was hoping for it, but deep down I was like, Duklin's just too good. Duklin's just too damn good, and everyone knows it. But TTTJ has come
the proof's
out.
in the pudding with these replays.
Absolutely, and was that 2 perfect KOs as well? Oh wait, that was in year. I don't know. That was just those 2 matches. Those
I think you're
6
right. No,
rounds.
It was incredible.
That's 1 perfect KO there. Is this the 2nd perfect KO?
And then just didn't,
Oh my
didn't let up. Yeah,
oh my
there it
god. TTTJ. Okay, my voice is gone. My throat hurts. My everything hurts. But I'm still gonna keep yelling because, oh my god. Just, I'm in shock. I'm in shock. Viewers, people, what do we think? That was crazy. That was crazy.
You couldn't end this better than that. That's what a way to wrap up the Street Fighter 6 game.
I'm stunned. I am stunned. Because as much hope as I had for TTTJ, just after seeing Duklin come through, decimating all the competition, even decimating TTJ before, but TTJ did take a round off of Duklin before in the past qualifiers.
Oh.
But just the powerhouse that is Duklin, I did not really expect this. I hoped for it. I dreamed of it. But I did not expect this at all. So I am upset, actually. I'm here being a hypocrite. I'm like, oh, I'd love the double upset against Duklin, but I am upset, actually. Because I thought, and a lot of people thought, that Duklin was going to have a perfect streak. They were going to be the first and only one in Esports Championship history to take out a perfect season. But TTTJ has all the odds stacked against him. TTJ had to win 2 best of 3 grand finals against Duklin to win, and they did that.
No small feat.
That is incredible. I put that up next to the moon landing. Like, no maths could have predicted this. No maths could have, my little abacus, my calculator app on my phone could not have predicted this at all. There's no maths, no formula to input what had just happened there. But TTTJ, I can't swear. I'm not allowed to. Oh yeah. Wait, what? Sorry, production. What was it? Sorry, what was that? Oh yeah. That's right. Here we go. My ears are ringing.
Winners final.
So
We had
this is
Dublin versus
like
Mason.
look at
2-0.
TTTJ's like journey to get to the championship to win. Look at that journey.
I'm seeing
This-
lots of twos.
Just non-stop back-to-back wins. They had not. They did have one break, 15 minutes. We all had a nice little break. But look at what TTJ had to do to get to where they are now to win this. That is incredible. That is insane. I am. Oh my gosh. But as TTTJ, that was absolutely incredible. You have closed out our Street Fighter 6 season, in our very first season, our debut into Street Fighter 6, into your fighting game. And you have closed this out so wonderfully in a way that I could not have imagined at all. And Duklin, you are an absolutely incredible, skilled fighter. I've never seen anyone like you. But I think I might be seeing the showings of someone who may be like you. But not yet. But you gotta admit, that was pretty good. But Duklin, you were incredible. Thank you so much for participating. You have your $70. Sorry, it's not your fortnightly 100, but you can still get your KFC bucket. It is $70, but you can still get a KFC bucket. But TTTJ, you are going home today. You're already home. But $170, and you have the title of the Esports Championship Season 1 Street Fighter 6 champion on your head now.
The glory is yours, and no one can take that from you.
Yeah, but I think the biggest like prize of that was like I just beat Duklin in a back to back in 2 matches. I think that is a huge. I think that's pretty good. Wow, Corpse. I've been screaming non-stop. Well, that was your very first Street Fighter 6 tournament. And I gotta say, I don't think anything else can top that, honestly. I think this is the best that we're going to get to.
No, it's like you couldn't organize it better, because like while I may not be huge into fighting games myself, I don't have a lot of experience, but that sort of way to wrap it up is very much, it's sort of got the same sort of atmosphere and vibe as like the end of like a Rocky movie, where it's just you've got this one player that's just been dominating, you think they've got it, but then you've got the, seemingly the underdog or that person that comes out of nowhere, give it an epic finale. So it's been a great way to spend my Saturday. I've had a great time. Good on them. I don't think I can ever reach that level, so well done, players. Well done.
This was amazing. Like, I cannot. This has been the best broadcast I've ever done. This has been the best tournament series I've ever done. That was the best fighting game match that I've ever seen. Like, oh my god. Especially up against 2 of the best. And incredible. That folks that are watching, I hope that you have enjoyed that as much as we have. I hope that you have been sitting on the edge of your seat as well, watching that and screaming and being as excited as we were. I don't know if you could hear over my screaming in the entire last 2 matches, but I could hear chords, and he was screaming and as well.
Those clutches, man, they are tense, because you're watching all the fast action, and it's just one right move, one wrong move, and it's over. It's just when it comes down, they both got such little health. It's yeah. No, it gets me every time. It's fantastic. So good.
Wow, what a beautiful end to our Street Fighter 6 season. as I said before, I could not have dreamt of a better ending to this. Like, this was everything I'd hoped for and more, especially like into our debut into Street Fighter 6 and into like a second fighting game, because we had Mortal Kombat before, and I'm hoping that we will have it again one day. But to wrap up this season, to wrap up our debut into Street Fighter 6, that was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful.
And while that's the end of the leg of the Street Fighter 6 leg, that's over. But next week, still a little bit more to go.
Yeah, we do. So I hope, well, you as in like a collective you to everyone watching, next week, we also have another season final as well here. We have our Modern Warfare 3 season final, and that will be here on this channel, 12 p.m. AEST Brisbane time. So if you're interested, come watch. If you're not, that's okay. We'll catch you in May for season 2 of Street Fighter. Make sure you guys like check out our socials and follow that. Watch the recaps. There's TikTok, there's Instagram, there's Twitter, there's YouTube, there's Discord, and that will all be on there, including recaps and replays of every broadcast and what you have seen. And also, if you have questions or anything or whatever, hit ESC up on any of those platforms, and they will be more than happy to answer or talk about any stuff that you want to talk about, as long as it's like esports championship related. Like if you just want to hit them up like a chat, or like send through your grocery list so you don't forget it, that'd be funny. Do it be funny. But oh wow, and that was great. But before we sort of like, well, I am wrapping this up. Before we wrap this up, as I'm wrapping this up right now, I'd like to give a huge thank you to Ace Gamer Apparel for supporting grassroots esports, for supporting like what you're seeing here, the production, the broadcasting, all that sort of stuff. Like, people and businesses that support grassroots esports, they have a special place in my heart and soul and wallet. And so support grassroots esports and support our supporters if you want to. You don't have to, but they do have a coupon that ends at midnight tonight, I think. But yeah, they will. Yeah, for 60% off some items or all items in their shop. Yeah. Check them out if you wanna. I'm not forcing you to do anything. But yeah. But oh yes, 10% off, not 60% off.
That may be too generous.
That may be too generous.
But that's good. While it's there, the option is there until midnight tonight.
Watching like, that is wrong. That is not.
Whoa, hold up.
Yeah, they're like, whoa.
Yeah, we have costs too,
Yeah.
It's a business.
We have running costs as well. But oh yeah, wow, what a. But yeah, okay, so that's. But yeah, all the everything, as I said, on all the social media things before. But thank you so much for joining us for the past 8 weeks. This 8 weeks have gone by so quickly. But the new season is coming out in May, and we are going to be touching Street Fighter 6 again. We are going to be having Street Fighter 6 on the screen, on this channel, hosted by myself and my lovely friend, Coles. And we will be here. Where is he? And we will be here.
May be here before we know it.
So if you want tournament details and everything, as I said, all our social media, the website and everything, if you want to take a look at the changes that we have, we've taken on board a lot of community feedback about tournament structure and formats and everything. So this is going to be a good tournament. So we hope to see you guys then. But thank you, production. Thank you, competitors. Congratulations to Duklin and TTTJ, the champion. And thank you to you, viewers, for taking time out of your Saturday to watch us and to listen to me lose my voice and and to watch Corbs get really excited about watching people punch each other in video games. That was great.
It's all right. We've got the rest of the weekend. Everyone can relax, recuperate, ready for Modern Warfare 3 next week. And then we've got April, which will fly by, ready for Season 2. So there's more awesome action coming up here with Esports Championship. It's going to be good. It's only going to get better.
Yep. So from ESC, Corbs, and myself, your lovely co-host and co-caster, Rare Wolf, thank you very much for joining us for the season final of our Street Fighter 6 Esports Championship champion.